This is how we do, man. Okay? Well, backyard, roughneck training regime. Let me show you this one. We're doing the painting. It's like the wax on, wax off. Do you know what I mean? Because you need steady flow. That's what we need. That's what we need. Then, here are the blocks. Here's what we work out with. Do you know what I mean? And then we're like, boom, 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 boom. Liam comes at me, stuff that tape down.
These are the levels that we're taking the Twitch Fight League fight game to. Recovery's number one. You've got people like Paddy training, unsafe environment, back garden, waxing on and waxing off like it's 1993. Recovery is longevity. We're living in a world where people like Paddy think they can take 6 weeks on a game and all of a sudden beat a master. It's just not how it works. He's been in mid-terror, playing Cloud Strife Farm in Phoenix Downs. But I've been in the Octagon.
Are we live?
Yeah, that's us. Yeah, we're there. Right, everyone, welcome to the first fight league we're doing. TFL, Twitch Fight League. Our fighters are down now, as you can see on the screen. Bottom left, you've got Liam on now. He's the pro, if you will, at this. And then the true Rocky Balboa story. Time Not Cash, Patrick Hardy in the bottom right, playing on his phone. Not really paying attention. It's all good.
Has he remembered that this is on?
I think he knows that. Yeah, he's there. Perfect. Liam's giving him a swear. I don't think he's seen it. So we've been building up to this now. I mean, what? It's been 6 weeks for us. You know, obviously, the audience. I think the fight announcement was yesterday. So for a lot of people here tonight, they've not had the kind of wait that me and you have had. How do you feel? How do you feel now? The night's finally here, Mike.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. So this is almost exactly 6 weeks in the making from when Paddy said he could beat Liam on any game with 6 weeks practice.
And that's how this started, yeah?
That's it. That's where we've come from. In that time, Paddy bought a PlayStation, bought UFC for the first time. Hearing mixed things from his training camp. It doesn't sound like it was maybe the full 6 weeks he may have needed. But tonight we find out.
True. I mean, I obviously have been slightly involved in Liam's training camp. Just yesterday, we had a little spar together. You know, I play the game a couple of times a week for a couple of hours at a time, and he handled me easily. So we're gonna hope Paddy's been putting the time in over the past 6 weeks, because otherwise he's in for a pretty bad night, you know.
So, Steve, I guess a few people will be watching this, fans of Liam or fans of Paddy, less likely, but you know, maybe aren't UFC fans, maybe don't know much about mixed martial arts. So what are the key things? What should they be looking out for?
So it's a couple of things. First of all, octagon control is going to be the first thing you want to be looking at. Who's kind of controlling the pace of the fight? I suspect, knowing Liam's style of play, he's going to walk out straight into the middle to meet Paddy head on. Whether Paddy's going to come forward or try and take a back foot will determine what his style of play is. Like I say, we've not actually seen anything of Paddy yet, but I'm well versed in Liam. Liam likes to take early octagon control. He's usually fighting from the middle, and that's one thing definitely to look out for. How about you?
This is unusual, but it looks like the two fighters are on the phone to each other pre-fight.
Yeah, which is strange.
I've watched a bit of UFC. I don't think I've seen that before.
I think they're trying to work out what weight class and what fighters they're going to go for first. Just for the audience to know, we're doing 8 fights tonight across 8 different weight classes. all fights will be Paddy versus Liam, Liam versus Paddy. So it looks like they're starting down low. They're starting with the flyweights. So this is the first tell. Let's see which each fighter, who they're going to pick. I'd say Liam's MMA knowledge is a lot, obviously, of the game, but of the sport in general. Liam's knowledge is higher anyway. So this is an area Paddy probably could have worked on with relative ease, just kind of picking his fighter. Now, I do have a slight amount of inside information that isn't something that he's done, and he has very much left his fighter selection to the very last minute. So let's see how that plays out for him.
Yeah, I'm hearing similar things from his camp. There is a rumor, we don't know how true it is, that he couldn't name a fighter from every division.
Yeah.
And lent on his coach about that.
So he's gone for DJ, one of the greatest of all time. What's interesting is Liam's waited to see who Paddy picks before he makes his pick. So I don't know why he's done that or what the strategy behind that is. Or perhaps if they came up with it on the moment.
And the choice of fighter might tell us a bit about what to expect from the fight styles going in. So there's two big parts, isn't there, to UFC and to UFC 3. Standing up, punching, kicking, and then the ground game. And the ground game is incredibly complex.
That's the part that's been hotly contested between the two of them. We don't know what Paddy's been working on. So obviously I know that Liam's fine in all areas on this game. Paddy has only had 6 weeks to prepare for Liam, and if he's not prepared for ground game, he's in for a bad night.
And Steve, it looks like we might be going in ahead of schedule here. Is this the fight starting? Okay. Do you want to tell people, if you know, how they can
do the
bet
betting
in the chat?
Yeah, so in the chat, guys, if you want to bet, you can do !bet and then either write Liam KO, Liam sub, Liam decision, or obviously Paddy for the KO sub or decision, and how many points you want to bet. Liam's going to give everybody 5,000 points to get started, so you can make your bets all through the night with the points that are accessible through Liam's stream. Any questions about the betting, just fire one off in the chat and I'll pick it up and read on that for you.
Okay. Demetrius Johnson. Henry Cejudo. What does this tell us? Was it Cejudo for Liam?
Yeah, Liam's playing as Cejudo. Paddy as DJ. I mean, this fight's happened in reality twice. They were one apiece with that. Again, Paddy picked DJ. I wonder, is it... We know, again, DJ is one of the more well-rounded fighters in the game. He's got great ground game. He's also got great stand-up, as does Henry Cejudo. So as far as their picks go, pretty evenly matched. Henry Cejudo, Olympic wrestler, so he has those stats on the game. He's striking. He's probably the most powerful striker in the division. And then obviously DJ's well-rounded all round, and again, he's the best in that division as well. So they basically picked the two best fighters in this weight class. So it's going to be exciting to see, because no one's really got an advantage on character here. Like this is iron on iron. So we're going to see how that plays out.
Going in, so all of the confidence that Liam had, he's still picked the strongest or second strongest fighter in the division. So he's taken this seriously. So we've got Liam seriously, Cejudo in the red gloves, in the blue shorts, and Paddy, Demetrius Johnson in the blue corner in the white shorts.
If I know Liam like I do, I think that this will go in the later rounds of this. We might start seeing him pick some weaker fighters just to BM Paddy.
Will they touch gloves? This is where we're going to find out. Will they touch gloves?
Paddy clearly doesn't know how. Oh no, there we go. They touch gloves and they're off. First fight of the night, man. How exciting is this?
This is unbelievable.
Very tentative. Liam straight in there with a combo. Paddy blocked. Paddy
the overhand connects.
Leg kick.
First leg kick of the fight. Second.
Moving out for his combos, working the body.
Both fighters keeping their distance, quite tentative.
Paddy's going to want to watch that body because Liam knows to attack it, and also it's something that online players, as a sweeping generalization, they tend to just block the head. So early, especially in an early fight, putting in that body work. Liam's rocked.
Instant.
Leg kick, body kick.
And what was good there was Paddy didn't just continue to go for the head, because Liam would be blocking it. He then went for the body, and that's going to show later in the fight.
But the health event's over now. So if you look at, if the guys in the stream have a look at the top left corner, you see Liam's health bar there and Paddy's there. That's the stamina bar, sorry, not health bar. So that refills, but the max it'll refill up to will go down the more the fight goes on. Liam's stuffed 2 takedowns now. He's actually taken DJ to the ground here.
I think that's
Paddy's
telling
got
us
out.
a lot that Paddy would go for takedowns. Is
Well,
maybe
he's gone for
saying
2.
that he has been practicing his ground game.
Liam had him down there, but Paddy just got out of it, which, again, if Liam takes you down, it's rare you're going to get back up.
Okay, here it is up against Cage. Can Paddy
Liam's got
defend?
huge takedown here.
That was easy. Down in 1. Straight inside mount. Is he going into crucifix? So crucifix position on this game is a nightmare. And we could see this end. Yeah.
It ended. Liam got it with shoulder strikes to the head. But that wasn't, I mean, look, Liam had some moments there. He got rocked once. He got, he got rocked once. Paddy attempted 2 takedowns. So it, like you say, it was very telling. We know he's been working on his ground game. Otherwise, he wouldn't attempt it. I wouldn't say that was a hammering as such.
It wasn't. It wasn't the fight we expected, was it?
No.
I think we saw a lot of good signs from Paddy there. Great performance by Liam. Recovered well from being rocked. That crucifix position is a nightmare. Really difficult to get out of without the experience.
And although I said there was no major character benefit here, I do feel like Cejudo had the higher stats across the board over DJ. So, a good pick from Liam. I think he probably could have got it done regardless of character pick there, but a great start for Paddy. Again, wasn't expecting it.
So let's say from that we learned that Liam has the advantage on the ground. What kind of picks could Paddy make? How does he counter that?
Just by KOing him stiff before it goes down.
High kick, L1 and circle.
But look, man, Liam's character's face is all busted up. Paddy put some work in on that one. I think he's maybe earned the respect of Liam there a little bit. And Liam, I don't know, man. To me, it felt like he was a bit nervous.
He's landed 8 significant strikes, and I mean, in the heavier weights, any one of those can be a knockout.
Exactly. Which is exactly what we're going to be seeing going up. So it looks like they're starting from the bottom and moving up. So, Paddy's got that overhand right, and Paddy understands the core mechanics of the game, which is very interesting.
1-0 for Liam.
Liam got 2 takedowns. Paddy's 2 takedowns were a failure then.
He timed them well. I think Liam's experience showed, he's got quick reactions. We know that from this game, from other games. So let's look at the picks. Who are we going to go for?
I think Paddy's going to go for DJ again. Let's see who he goes for. If he goes for TJ, that's a good shout. TJ easily the best character in that division. I think Liam's going to go for either Cruz or a Garbrandt. Possibly Sean O'Malley if he's going to think outside the box.
He's hovering on TJ. I'm not sure if we're going to see a mirror match. No, he's moved on. I think Sean O'Malley.
I think he's going to go. I mean, I don't know with Liam. He's played all the fighters a lot. He's good with them all. He's gone around the whole round robin now.
Maybe a bit of uncertainty. Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like Paddy earned Liam's respect in that last fight, and I think Liam might need to keep taking it a bit. But he's gone with Marlon Moraes. Not a bad pick. Again, you're looking at iron on iron there. Liam's not gone for like a troll pick or a BM pick. He's taking it seriously. He's not. I don't think either of them have actually selected these yet. I think they're just waiting for something.
I can see on camera there, he seems to be looking at his phone, so I think he's in close contact with his coach.
I feel like he was in close contact with Liam. I think they were texting. I'm not 100% sure. Let's have a look at the chat, see how everyone's doing. The bets have been coming in. How many points do I still have? Looks like the next fight's about to start. Paddy's reading notes, Googling what beats insert fire here.
And there's a reminder in chat as well on how you can place your bets.
And the betting has opened for this second fight.
Similar ages, similar heights, same weight, same reach for these fighters. Not really much to talk about there.
Got 18 people in the chat watching now. Guys, if you're listening, if you haven't followed yet, please do. If your Twitch account is linked to your Prime, your Amazon Prime, please gift Liam a Prime subscription to show support. We're going to be doing these, I think, every 6 weeks, aren't we, Mike?
Every 6 weeks.
Every 6 weeks, we're going to be doing a TFL. We'll maybe do a little sneaky announcement later for the next game we're looking at playing in 6 weeks' time. Anyway, let's get back to the fight because it's about to start. How do you feel like this is going to go? Obviously, TJ's got incredibly good wrestling. A lot of people say as far as pure MMA wrestling, TJ is one of the best. Again, whether Paddy's going to YouTube, but his stats on this game are all stand and bang. Incredible speed, incredible power. Both fighters have knockout power down in this weight. Looks like the fighters are both warming up their hands. Liam going with some double swears. Paddy was blowing on his fingers, it looks like.
I'm struggling to think of anything outside of how excited I am that this is happening. This feels like more important than any actual UFC event I've watched.
100%.
I love the sport.
I mean, like we said, man, for everyone who's in the chat tonight, they've been waiting 24 hours. For us, 6 weeks this has been going on for. And Liam and Paddy have been back and forth in that chat with some big, strong words said by both contenders.
And of course, the fight stats in the game are built around the real fighters. And looking at Marias, who is Liam's choice, 23 wins, 10 of those by knockout, 6 by submission, 7 by decision.
Paddy's getting hyped up.
One of the questions, do we think that any of these fights are going to go to judges' decision?
I don't know if Paddy's had enough time to understand stamina control. And also, I think the quicker Liam can get it done, the better. So it'd be super interesting if it does. I wonder if Liam would see that almost as a loss if Paddy could take him to the distance, you know?
Paddy, Dylan Shaw in the blue corner, in the black and gold shorts, and Marias in the yellow shorts, Liam.
Liam continuously working that body.
Both happy to throw punches.
See, Liam's, that's that experience showing there. Liam caught the kick and retaliated with a counter punch to the face. That's something that, you know, I think one of the things that will separate you from being a good player for a great player is, instead of watching your character, watching your opponent's character. Like, you should know the buttons you're pressing on that controller and where your character is and what they're going to do. And that's definitely the way Liam plays. He's reactive to his opponent. That's why you'll often see Liam blocking in the right place, dodging at the right time. I can imagine Paddy, with him being a bit fresh to the game, is still keeping his eye on his character to make sure he's doing what he wants him to be doing.
There's 2 unchecked leg kicks that Liam's received. That's the only gap I can see at the moment in the game. But Paddy's already been stunned. Landed a nice left uppercut there.
But then Liam straight with that body combination. Check that leg kick. Probably listening to you, Mike. This is war, man, and to be fair, like, Paddy's landing with TJ, and that's not a good idea for Liam to be getting lands. TJ's powerful, but then look, as you can see, Paddy's stamina bar in the top right. He just gassed the tank. It's a bold strategy, and if he can get one of these shots off and knock Liam out, it's a great idea. But the longer the fight goes on, the more Paddy's draining his stamina like that, the worse it's going to be. But another head kick for Paddy, knockdown from Liam. Oof.
Just followed up too quickly after that head kick. Think he needs to be in and out. With your stamina lower, you've got to be sensible. But saying that, he's landing a few jabs there.
Definitely. But if you see the damage on Mariah's face compared to TJ's, I feel like Liam's still landing them. And there, takedown stuff turned into Liam's takedown. Now he's working that kidney. Paddy obviously hasn't learned. Oh, nice. Paddy gets up.
Nice.
Perfect. Big overhand lands.
And then straight to the body left hook.
Liam rubs those kicks. Liam loves those pushing kicks, pushing you back out. Like I said earlier, before this all started, Liam's a huge fan of octagon control, so you'll see him utilize that push kick often to get his opponent out of his face, create that space between him, and then Liam can reset and come up with a strategy from afar.
This doesn't look good.
And it's another
over.
first round knockout for Liam.
What
But only 5
performance.
seconds left on that clock. Again, I
What a performance.
feel like it's easy to see Liam just knocking Paddy out round 1, but credit where credit's due. Paddy nearly lasted the full round that time in a game he has only been playing for about 6 weeks, if that. So obviously Liam's performance phenomenal, and as it should be, he has been playing this game all that time. You could see that he'd done some damage, serious damage on the left eye there. Paddy had been working, but in the end, I think Liam just too much experience for him in that fight.
And I think if we think of the clash between Liam and Paddy, I think it's safe to say that if Paddy wins one of these 8 fights,
Sure.
that's like a victory.
Sure, that'll be the moral high ground for him. But I think Liam's, I spoke to Liam about that. I said, if he wins one, he was like, well, it's MMA at the end of the day. It's no different from the actual sport. Anything can happen any given night. What is super interesting, Mike, and you brought the point up earlier, Paddy is landing on Liam, and he's landing big shots. And when we get into those heavier weight classes, that's when, Paddy's going to have a serious chance to get some wins out. I hope Liam doesn't get too overconfident with these first round knockouts and doesn't come off his game plan of trying to be out the way and trying to block in the right places, because that can spell danger for him at them higher weight classes.
I think there's a show of respect there from Paddy when the hand was being raised. It's good to see the sportsmanship.
Liam was swearing at Paddy while that was happening, so yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that kind of sums up these two fighters.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's look at the stats. 8 significant strikes landed from Paddy, 41 from Liam, and I would say half of those are big body shots, big hooks.
Sure.
67 strikes overall to 22. Takedowns, Liam didn't attempt any, although he had Paddy against the cage. And again, Paddy's got a 0% takedown rate tonight. Liam stuffed the one takedown of the fight.
Paddy's had 0 control on the ground, obviously, from all the failed attempts, which I wonder if he's going to change his strategy. Maybe he realizes that, to be fair, Paddy's having way more success on the feet than he is trying to put those takedowns. So maybe it's time to pull away from the takedowns and focus on what's been working for him, which is landing those big overhand punches on Liam. I think
Go on.
I think that's what's going to get. If Paddy's going to get a win tonight, I feel like it's going to come from, for lack of a better term, a lucky overhand right. And by lucky, I mean not lucky on Paddy's point, lucky that Liam wasn't blocking at that moment or dodging out the way.
And that starts to become more of a risk now for Liam as we get into the bigger, heavier, stronger fighters,
Absolutely.
the bigger weight classes.
Let's have a look in the chat.
So we've got 28 in the chat now, Steve. Do you want to tell the newcomers why we're here, how this all came about?
So 6 weeks ago, Paddy, who's on the left down there, Ninja Paddy, he said to my brother here, Liam, on now, that he could beat Liam on any game if he was given 6 weeks to practice it. So what we did was we came up with the idea that Paddy would play UFC 3 for 6 weeks, take on Liam, a game that Liam's been playing for years, since UFC 2, I believe Liam started his EA UFC game career on UFC 2. So we've come 6 weeks now, and tonight's fight night. Looks like the guys are having some fun. I think they're on a phone call to each other. And they are good friends. They've been friends for years. I mean, I think they are good friends, really. 29 people in the chat's great to see. Just as well, if you haven't followed, please do support the channel. Liam on now. We're going to be doing a TFL, Twitch Fight League, every 6 weeks, a different game. And if you follow all of Liam's social, which is linked down below here on the stream, you'll find out all the news about upcoming events.
And of the 8 fights tonight, if you're just joining us, it's 2-0, 2-0 for Liam on now.
But it's been good. Now,
Zabit Holloway.
Yeah. See, now we're seeing Liam taking. Zabit's great, don't get me wrong. But on the game, he could have gone with a better. He could have picked a Conor McGregor in this class. He could have picked somebody like that. He's gone with Zabit. So interesting to see Liam pick a character that maybe Liam's confidence is back up a little bit now. He's kind of getting the longer this goes on, obviously Liam's going to pick up Paddy's nuances pretty quickly as well. So
Holloway's stamina, so Paddy's choice here. Max Holloway in the, what are they, blue shorts?
yeah, I think
The blue glove, the black shorts. Liam Zabit in the red shorts. So Holloway, Paddy's choice, super high stamina. We've seen him struggle in the first 2 fights with his stamina. That's been his downfall.
doing a good favour.
Let's see whether he uses that or not.
Another interesting thing about Holloway on this game is boy's got a chin on him. So Liam getting that knockout, it's not going to come as easy. Possibly why he's gone with the Zabit character, who's also got insane stamina. So you're looking again at Liam making those intelligent picks. He's gone for Zabit, a very similar fighter to Max Holloway. This is going to be another standing war. I feel like Paddy should really pull away from the ground game because he's having way more success on the feet, but only time will tell how that pans out.
They both look happy.
Yeah.
Liam looks hyped. He looks full of energy.
Paddy looks focused.
He's composed.
He needs to be composed. He needs to, like you were saying in the last fight, he definitely needs to keep that patience up. He's rushing in, he's landing some good shots, but then he's trying to follow them up way too quickly. What's going to be much better for Paddy is if he kind of takes a step back almost and checks the situation. If he can rock, Liam like he did in the first fight and not rush it and try and figure out where Liam's trying and block, or even go for the takedown then when Liam's on a health event, he's going to be much weaker and he's going to get a quicker submission.
They touch gloves again. Oh, that was a solid leg kick already. And Paddy's response to that is a few strikes up top.
The speed now that you're starting to see from these two fighters is insane. Again, this is a weight class Liam's super comfortable at. See him use that leg kick again. Like I said, it's one of his favourites.
And we were seeing a bit of octagon control from Paddy at the start there, but Liam responded pretty quickly. He's holding the middle of the ring, and when he isn't, he's happy to work on the outside and keep the distance. Another leg kick there. I'm wondering if that's going to be part of the strategy for this fight. But then look at Paddy's health bar there.
Yeah,
the stamina bar already low,
already dipping. You can, if you're holding the R1 button and then hitting these punches, you put extra power on it, and if you do that, it's great if you're going for that knockout, but you are going to drain your stamina. Whereas I think Liam's relying more on normal leg kicks, normal jabbing to kind of keep the fight under control for him. But Max is powerful, man. I mean, Liam gets caught by one of those overhands by Max. It's not a good thing for him, and we've seen that Liam's been getting caught.
Could the high energy strategy from Paddy be a conscious thing? Does he think that if it goes 3 rounds, Liam's going to win it, and maybe he thinks his chances are early on with a big overhand right or a head kick or some of those moves that take up a bit more energy?
If I was Paddy, that'd be my strategy right now. The few times I've been able to beat Liam, it's been from that kind of a strategy.
He lands there, overhand right.
Yeah.
A taunt.
Paddy just taunted. He's
the
calling
first taunt of the night.
He got a reaction from Liam straight away with a leg kick and a smile.
And that was straight after that overhand right. I don't think Liam's going to like that.
Not at all. Again, getting caught in the face. I've never seen Liam get caught this many times. Whether it's fight night pressure, I'm not sure. Wow.
Relentless. And what we've seen there is a bit of discipline from Paddy. He's backed off. He's not staying close to him when his energy's low.
Of course not.
Body kick.
I'm conscious about that stamina bar for Paddy. As you can see, it is draining rapidly in comparison to Liam. So as long as Liam can keep this fight, I mean, we've got a minute left in this round. This might be the first fight we see go through to the second round.
If you're scoring this round, this feels like a max round. Oh, and the knockdown will change that.
Just
big knockdown. Left uppercut as Paddy was dipping in. So if the fighter's moving in towards the punch and the punch connects, that of course going to have more impact.
Paddy wants to watch those taunts around Liam because he will capitalise on it if Paddy continues to do it.
And we've seen clips of Liam in the past doing that to people online, haven't we?
Exactly.
Liam with a fake. Oh, and that's exactly what you called. That is exactly what you called.
It was going to happen,
The third taunt of the night.
You can't.
was
You
just
can't
too
be
much.
you can't be throwing out taunts like that to a guy that's been playing the game about 4 years. You know, because he's seen it a million times in competition. So he's going to take you every time. There is no need for Paddy to have done that whatsoever. He was having a good fight. You just said you were going to give that round to him. I was a bit unsure. And obviously, the longer it gone on, the worse it was going to get for Paddy because of the stamina bar. But he was doing well. Every fight, he's been getting a little bit better, and he was doing well in that fight. The taunts, completely unnecessary. And Liam capitalized on it.
We're hearing from Paddy's coach as well, Johnny. Apparently, he is on the phone to Paddy. He is coaching him. He did tell him not to taunt, and he taunted.
Well, that's exactly how that goes. Although, thinking that Johnny wouldn't tell someone not to taunt doesn't sound very realistic, but I guess that's happening. Let's go check in on the chat. 20 viewers. Again, guys, if you've not followed yet, please do show some support. If you are a Prime member and your Twitch account is linked to your Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. Please support the channel. We are going to be doing more PFLs every 6 weeks from now on.
If you're a Discord user, you can join the Liam on Now community on Discord as well. The link's in the chat.
We're seeing that.
Okay, look at these stats, Steve. Significant strikes. Paddy landed 16, Liam landed 25. I think that's the most even we've seen that.
Sure.
Across 3 fights so far.
No takedowns that round?
Maybe Paddy learned.
I think I think he's going to look back on tonight. I think he may really, really regret that. Those taunts, especially. I mean, obviously that third time. Obviously, we just had it clipped by Ollie, one of Liam's Twitch followers and subscribers. Thank you very much for clipping that. It'll be great. If in fact, guys, if you can get as many clips as you can for this, we can put a highlight video together for social. So the more, obviously the full VOD's going to be recorded, but the more standout moments, it'd be great if you guys could clip it for us.
So we're 3 fights in. At the end of the 4th fight, we're going to get the fighters in to the call. We're going to have a quick discussion, and then we're going to conclude with the final 4 fights of the night. And for me, Steve, this is good. This is the warm-up. But as we get into those heavier weight classes, that's where things get.
You can see it on Paddy's
scarier.
face. You can see how disappointed in himself he is for that last loss. It's got to sting. I mean, he's only got himself to blame. He had a coach tell him not to do it. He'd already got away with it twice. He didn't need to do it that third time. And you can see it stinging. I hope he can get over it now, going into this next fight.
And it's easy to look at this and think, Liam's had the 3 first-round wins, and they've been fantastic. Great performance by him. But to dismiss Paddy feels a bit early.
I feel like they're about to go back for another featherweight fight when really they should be moving on to lightweight. Let's see if they notice that. Paddy's left the game or so.
He's turned around. I think he's sporting the McGregor top.
Yeah, there we go. We've moved over to lightweight, which is exactly the weight class we're moving on to. So, getting into those heavier rounds now.
And it looks like Paddy's coach, Johnny, has obviously coached him on who to pick. His favourite fighter, Conor McGregor.
Johnny is a massive Conor McGregor fan. Recently just purchased quite a few of his ex-fight posters, which is always good to see. I've just heard word from the van here. Patrick's coach said, he shouted before the end of the round, 15 seconds left, don't taunt, was actually the last words his coach said to him before obviously Paddy threw out the taunt and paid the ultimate price for it.
Great to see some new subscribers joining the channel. Thanks to Dale.
Dale Bruford 90, thank you for subscribing, following, all the business.
McGregor on this game, the left hand is fantastic in real life. Most, anyone that follows UFC knows that. On this game, it's almost exaggerated. So yeah. I've seen 1 punch knockouts on this game with that left hand. Yeah,
you can get a knockout with a McGregor jab on this game. So this again, if Paddy sticks to what's been working for him up until this point, which is keeping it on the feet, landing those big blows, and this is definitely a match that you should all watch closely. I think this is one where Paddy has the most chance of squeezing a win out. Let's see who Liam's going to pick,
this might be where we see if Liam's confidence is. No, so C is still picked a very strong, very strong fighter.
See now, this screams to me that Liam's fully aware that Paddy's landing with those big shots, and if he gets caught with one from McGregor, it can be a 1 second knockout. So I wonder if we're going to see a different tactic from Liam this fight. I wonder if we're going to be seeing it go to the ground for the first time on Liam's terms instead of Paddy's. Liam's not had to show off his ground game so far. I know he's very adept at it, but he's great on the feet, and Liam always loves to keep it standing if it's going to be standing.
And when he was Cejudo earlier, he finished in the crucifix position, but that was situational, it was reactive. I don't think he went in there with that strategy. I don't think but we might see that here. We might see him go straight for a takedown.
Mm-hmm.
And that'd be, that's where we see how much training Paddy has been doing on the ground. And that's going to be interesting.
I'm looking forward to this fight. This is the bets are coming in. Johnny's betting for a Paddy knockout. We've got Liam knockout. Perfect.
So for anybody that doesn't follow the actual sport of mixed martial arts or UFC, Conor McGregor, you'll know him even if you don't know his kind of fight style. 19 of his 22 wins come from knockout, so we can expect Paddy to stay on the feet and throw left hands. Habib, by decision, 10 wins, submission 10, and by knockout 8. And most of those knockouts would have been on a grounded opponent. So very different fight styles. Now, in terms of character pick, I think Habib is the stronger choice here for this matchup.
But for Paddy, he couldn't have picked a better fighter for the style that's been working for him all night. This was the perfect pick. If he can land one of those big left shots from Conor right on the chin of Khabib, he's going to have a good time with it. I wonder if we're going to see Liam shoot straight for a takedown and try and get this on the ground. Paddy has showed, and rightfully so, he's not as, he's not as in the game as Liam, but Paddy's shown not much of a ground game. But then Paddy's a crafty boy. He's a hustler as well. How do we know that's not part of the plan?
And it could well be. It really could. So we've got Paddy, Conor McGregor in the black shorts. We've got Liam as Habib Nurmagomedov in the red shorts.
I think Paddy's cheated. It looks like he's rubbed Vaseline all over his camera to try and been greased. Paddy's been greased, unfortunately. So I don't know what the official's going to think of that after the fight, but Paddy has definitely been greased. Liam's putting his phone up, but I can't actually see what it says. Oh, and that's a bad miss.
No, you can't see that.
Looks like Paddy's been greased in a big way. Somebody tell Paddy to sort his camera out.
I want you guys to follow my orders at all times. Defend yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
Into the fourth fight. Final fight of the first half of the evening. Striker against a wrestler.
Let's see how Liam plays this. I wonder if one or two things are about to happen. He's about to take him down and finish him on the ground, or he's about to beat Conor McGregor standing up with Khabib. This is where Liam, as you know, very egotistical character, especially was on a streak like this. This could go a different way. Let's see how it pans out.
Fourth fight, fourth touch of gloves. Although we did see the taunts coming in from Paddy in the last fight, I don't think we'll see that again.
Liam's keeping distance here. I think he respects the character Paddy's picked. Maybe not so much Paddy's ability, but definitely the character Paddy's playing. I think that's
big
the first
left
fight landed. Again, I'm surprised we'll not see a takedown by Liam yet. Liam is a big fan of knocking out Conor McGregor's online, though. I know that a lot of people pick Conor on every fight because they may not know the sport as well, but they enjoy the game. And there comes the first takedown, which is, of course, successful against Paddy.
And Paddy hasn't stuffed a single takedown, and that's straight into full mount. Now, I don't know if Paddy got up or if Liam stood it up.
I think Paddy got up then. I think he booked him, which is something you can do with a flick of the control there. So we'll have to find out at the post-fight, which we're going to get after this fight. So do stick around if you want to hear the fights. Liam just went for a takedown from about a mile away. I don't really know why he did that.
Paddy's range control isn't great. So far, he's thrown a few punches that aren't landing. I don't think he's thrown any feints, so I wonder if he's learnt those controls.
I mean, Liam does not want to be stood in the pocket right now. But if you
Great
see
dodge by Liam.
Liam has great dodge. I mean, it's someone he prides himself on. That, and there comes that kick again. Like I say, you're going to see that anytime Liam wants to put a bit of space between himself and his opponent, he's not going to step back. He's going to push his opponent away.
And that was one thing that always impressed me when I used to fight Liam on this game was rather than keeping the distance, he was happy to stay close, stay in the pocket, but just use head movement. And you have to be really quick to be able to do that.
This is Khabib's move up against the cage like that. And down again for the second takedown of the fight. Let's see if Liam's going to be able to get it. Paddy's going to... He had some success with striking with the elbows on the ground before and knocked Paddy out that way. So let's see if he's going to go for it again.
So what Paddy needs to be careful of here is he keeps transitioning into a weaker position, but that is using his energy. And
He's
then Liam
all the way down.
getting back into a stronger one. He needs to feint left and go right, or feint right and go left. As soon as he becomes predictable, Liam's going to be blocking the transitions. Paddy's going to lose his energy, and it's going to be over.
Liam just scored another takedown. Paddy's now taking Khabib's back. This is interesting. Liam easily transitions it back to top mount. This is better groundwork from Paddy than I expected, in all honesty. It looks like he's worked mostly on his ground defense. We've seen him get up multiple times tonight. I might be about to eat my words. I don't think he knows the blocking on the ground.
No. So R2 on the ground is going to block the head, and L2 and R2 at the same time is going to block the
gas
body.
tank is completely empty. And that's the end of the first fight we've seen go into the second round.
Okay.
Let's see. I mean, that was all Liam that round. I think it'd be difficult to give it to Paddy there.
It's all Liam. The first time we've heard the bell.
Yeah.
which has got to be good. Got to be good for Paddy's. Paddy's made. Yeah, self-esteem. He's confident.
I really wish someone would tell him to sort his camera out. I don't want to break the fourth wall here, but Paddy, sort your camera out.
Are we sure he's not just sweating?
I don't know. Maybe it's the blowing of his fingers that he's just got spit all over his camera, but he looks like he's greased himself. Looks like he's scored now.
It's not a technique I've seen before, the blowing of the fingers.
No.
It doesn't appear to be working for him.
Going into the second round of the whole evening. Let's see. I mean, Liam's been having great success so far with this fight. Let's hope he doesn't get overconfident and catch one of those lefts from Paddy, because that could end the night quite easily.
And Paddy could look for a left uppercut here whilst Liam's going in for a takedown. So if he catches him when Liam's got all that forward momentum, he's going to knock him out almost every time. It's just whether he can time it.
Paddy seems to be pushing the pace a little bit better this round. But there comes that controlled leg again from Liam. Leg kick to overhand, misses the overhand.
The longer the fight goes as well, the stats for these characters, that is in Liam's favour.
I mean, just look at the stamina bar already. You could argue Liam won that last round 10-8, and it looks like he hasn't even taken a centimetre off his stamina bar, whereas Paddy's looking like about a third down his, so let's see. You can see Paddy, when he goes on a flurry, he'll go right to the end of that stamina bar, almost no regard for it. Whether that's part of the plan or whether that's a lack of experience, we'll find out.
I think we're seeing him get better as the fight's gone. Oof.
That's a health event for Paddy here. Let's see if he can keep himself up. Liam didn't rush in then. He's still got that respect. Conor can knock you out even from a health event with that left hand. Like you said, it's almost a game-breaking cheat Conor's left on this game. So Liam's definitely got the respect for it. He goes for two takedowns he's missed in this
and
round
that's
so far.
exactly where Paddy could be throwing that left hand if he had been practicing those left uppercuts, square and X at the same time. I mean, he could be landing those.
I mean, if he keeps his eye on Liam's character instead of his own, he can kind of react to it a bit better. But like I said, that's very much an experience thing. And whether Paddy can try and pull that move out, you're looking now, he's getting down to about half stamina. He's losing he lost the last round. He's lost this round. That would have been the time maybe to pull out a Hail Mary. Like, you know what? I'm going to stop looking at my character. I'm going to start looking at his.
Liam in side control. He was happy to just rest there, waiting to see if Paddy would use some of his energy, and he did. He stood up. Paddy's got up.
That's what I mean.
Big.
we've seen him get up multiple times throughout this night so far, so it's definitely something he's worked on.
And that's unusual. You know, Liam, people online will struggle to get Liam off the top of them. So that's big.
Paddy keeps switching stances, which is a weird move for Connor because you want to keep that left as your lead hand. Liam's not exactly been putting work in on the legs, so there's no real need to switch stance. So, and another takedown. Stuffed? Nope.
No, I think that's just because it was up against the cage.
Okay.
I think it was just because it was up against the cage. And 18 seconds left in the fight. It might go into the third round.
That'll be impressive. I mean, it works in Liam's favour. Look at the state of these stamina bars. The longer this goes on, the better it gets for Liam.
Lands big at the end there by Paddy, but absolutely dominant by Liam on now.
I'd call that a 10-9, though. I think Paddy did better in this round than he did in that first round. We saw damage being done by Paddy. He caught the big overhands more often than, as you see just there, more often than he did in the first round. So the stats will be telling at the end of this fight. Going into the third round, Paddy's down on stamina. Liam very high up. Liam's staying super composed, which is great to see. He's definitely got the respect there for that character. And I think probably after fighting him in 3 fights, Liam knows full well that Paddy can land those big shots if he needs to. So
Habib looks cut up. Liam's character is taken damage. We can see that. We're going to find out everything, aren't we? Round 3.
So this is the final round of the fight. These are 3-round fights, yeah?
Let's have a look at the top. No, they are 5-round fights.
Oh, okay.
They're
I mean, Liam's
5-round
stamina
fights.
is completely full. It's like it's the first round for him. That leg again. Ooh,
Big left by Paddy.
dangerous. I wonder what the power's left on someone with such low stamina.
It's not going to be much. You could saw how long Paddy's character took to recover there from the body shot. And Liam's been working those all night. Left hook, right hook to the body.
Stuffed takedown by Paddy. Liam didn't rush in then when Paddy was on a health event. Liam didn't rush in, and he goes for the takedown and secures it.
Full mount. Now, is Liam going to work for a submission here, or is he going to try and sit up and land strikes? Oh, he's got his back.
He could do a submission, but I don't know if he wants to. I think he's having so much success. But let's see. We've not seen Liam do a submission. I'm sure he's going to do one tonight. He's going to want to show Paddy that, and he's flattened Paddy out. This isn't looking good, and it's a submission. So let's see if Paddy's been training this. He broke it. Paddy broke out of it. Liam's onto the second gate. If you see at the bottom, chat, the gate's there. Liam needs to complete all of them to secure the submission. Paddy needs to move his stick in the same direction Liam's moving his to block it. And Paddy gets out of the submission. Must be an area Paddy's been training. Must have known Liam's got those subs. But
now let's... Okay, grabs him before Liam was able to land the body shots.
Paddy's been doing... Look, Liam just got a nod of respect then from Liam. He noticed that Paddy was able to get him up. That's something Paddy's clearly worked on in his camp, is to be able to get back up. So let's see. I mean, Paddy seems to have come back alive, but I don't know if that stamina bar is going to... He might be rejuvenated and feeling he's just made a great comeback then, but I don't know if his stamina bar is going to allow him to continue with this fight much longer, but we'll see.
I don't think anyway it goes 5 rounds with the stamina that's left.
No. Especially if Paddy's going to be swinging air like that. That's wasted energy. He needs to pick his shots carefully now. This is the time to be patient. This is the time.
I think the big thing that we are seeing from Paddy here that he could change later on is that he is throwing every punch. He's not fainting. He's not fainting a single punch. So what you can do is pretend to throw punch.
Yeah.
It doesn't use as much stamina, and it throws the other person off. They think they need to guard and they don't. It's maybe something they could bring in for the final 4 fights.
Liam lands a suplex. Paddy pushed for a takedown then. Immediately got taken over by Liam. Liam's back into top mount. Probably going to do some work now. Paddy's stamina's not working in his favour, but he manages to get back up again. This will be frustrating, Liam. If I know Liam, Liam doesn't like when things like that go down, so Liam's face is looking bust up. We know his stamina bar's there, but I wonder what damage he's taken to the head. We'll get those stats after this fight as well. You know, Paddy has every chance to still knock him out. This fight's far from over.
Talk us through the highlights, Steve.
So that was I have no idea.
That's why I asked you for that one. It looks like Conor tippy-tapped the top of Habib's head. Habib did a little something to his body. It was enough to stun him, though. You know, it was enough to stun him.
Going into the 4th round, if Paddy's going to get it done, I feel like he's going to have to get it done in the first half of this round. He's not going to have the stamina to put up with Liam if he cannot get it done early this round. I wonder how Liam feels, though, being dragged into deep waters by Paddy. This isn't something Liam's used to, and I don't think it was something he was prepared for. But just look at that stamina bar in comparison again. Liam's been so efficient with his energy. You know, he's won every round, in my opinion, and he's done it in the most efficient way. Look at that big again, and the health. When the health's flashing like that, you're running on empty. Nothing's going to be happening for you, and Liam's capitalised on that perfectly.
Oh, and the taunts come in. So Liam could easily have jumped on him and finished the fight there, but didn't.
It's a well-timed taunt, though. Paddy's on his back. He can't get up and capitalise on it, so...
Liam choosing to taunt over choosing to finish the fight, I think, is sending a bit of a message.
Yeah. This is where the confidence starts to take over, and what a bad time for it, because with Paddy being able to land the way he's been able to land, when we get into those heavier weight classes, we might see some sparks. You know, we might see some controversy here, so...
Landing every shot.
Liam butchering Paddy in there. This fight is not going to go much longer, and we seem to have the end of it now. What a performance. Interesting fight. Like I say, being dragged into the 4th. I mean, it wasn't really dragged into the 4th. Like I say, Liam had full control the whole fight, especially when it came to stamina management there. But I wonder what they're going to talk about. If you know, I wonder what they'll both make of going into the 4th. I wonder if Paddy will see it as a mini victory, and I wonder if Liam will try and say that he wanted it to go that far. Who knows?
So I think we're going to maybe play a couple of the videos, get the fighters in here, have a bit of a chat.
Sure.
And then we'll get into the second half of the fights. Let us know in chat if you're enjoying yourselves. If you are not subscribed, it'd be amazing if you did. If you're not on the Discord, there's details of that in the chat as well.
Make sure you follow the stream and follow social for all upcoming TFL news. Paddy's getting some love in the chat. Good effort from Paddy. Good job, Paddy. Could be greater than Conor.
And some great tips coming in. Che Barron there with a do a kick.
Yeah, do a kick's always a good idea. Paddy's getting some love in the chat, which is great.
And Paddy, you know, he's the underdog here. He's put himself into this situation, knowing that he was probably going to struggle, and has been happy to do it.
Sure.
We're getting some visual messages from the guys here. I think Paddy's ready to join us. We're going to stick the videos on.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to get the fighters in.
Now, this is how we do, man. Okay? Backyard, roughneck training regime. Let me show you the squad. We're doing the painting. It's like the wax on, wax off. Do you know what I mean? Because you need steady flow. That's what we need. That's what we need. Then, here are the blocks. Here's what we work out with. Do you know what I mean? And then we're like, boom, 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 boom. Liam comes at me. Stuff that takedown.
These are the levels that we're taking the Twitch Fight League Fight Game 2. Recovery's number 1. You've got people like Paddy training, unsafe environment, back garden, waxing on and waxing off like it's 1993. Recovery is longevity. We're living in a world where people like Paddy think they can take 6 weeks on a game and all of a sudden beat a master. It's just not how it works. He's been in mid-terror, playing Cloud Strife farm in Phoenix Downs. But I've been in the octagon.
I need a little wee anyway.
Well, that video is over, so we might. Okay.
Hear my mic. Hello, hello, hello.
We live?
We are live.
We're live. Okay, we've got Liam on now.
Yo, yo, yo.
In chat with us. Liam, come on, how do you think it's going?
It's going all right, innit? I'm 4-zip.
4-zip. So talk us through that most recent fight. It went into the 5th. Was that a conscious choice?
I didn't chase a first round finish, if that's what you mean.
Well,
I didn't go for an early
We've seen you so
sub.
dominant in the first round to the other fights. Why were you happy to let this one?
It's Connor, innit? On
Yeah.
UFC 3. Like, you know. He landed some overhands. He was landing. The shots were there. I didn't want to get caught. Didn't want to eat any unnecessary overhands, take any silly damage, get wobbled, and then one left jab from Connor just finishes you.
And what are you seeing from Paddy that worries you?
You know, he's doing good. He's doing real good. He's doing real good. This is my game. He called me out. He wanted a 6-week training camp. You know, he's doing good. He's doing good. I wouldn't say I'm worried. Now, if I keep eating overhands, obviously it's going to get sketchy as we get into heavier weight classes. We just got to see what happens. See what happens when we get into heavy weight classes. If he starts hitting me with overhands there, then it could be danger.
And what's your strategy going into the final fights? Are you going to continue to pick all-rounders, wrestlers, or are we going to see you pick any strikers?
I don't know. I'm winging it. I'm winging who I pick. I am letting him pick first, but then I'm not just obviously picking someone with better stats. I thought it'd be. I didn't want it. I didn't want to just pick like troll fighters. Obviously, I'm picking people who are good. I'm giving him the respect I think his 6-week training camp deserves.
How do you feel his ground game's been as far as getting up off the ground?
His ground
I've
game.
noticed.
Yeah. He can get up. Yeah, he gets up. His ground game's pretty non-existent though.
But I think
being real.
I think what he's specifically done though is train that getting up. I think that's what he's.
He's
done.
Yeah, he's got up a few times. Yeah, that's worked for him. He's got up a few times.
How do you feel about the taunting? And how satisfying was it landing the high kick?
I didn't want to do him like that. I didn't want to do him like that, but he gave me no choice. He sent a third taunt. He sent a third one, and I had to put him down.
What's annoying is
misery.
You could argue that was his best. That he was doing his best fighting in that.
He was doing good on Max. He was doing good on Max.
Yeah,
he was.
And he let it all go like that, and it was hard to watch. Like I say, it was 10 seconds from the end of that round. He was about to take it into the second, and he was doing well. And I mean, that was a real big mistake in my opinion. I think that's one he's going to look back on and really regret.
Yeah, I think
Liam,
he's going to be unhappy with that.
Thank you for joining us between fights.
No worries, dude.
We will see you at the end of the 8th fight. Good luck. Stay in good health. We're going to get Paddy in.
No worries.
Frosty.
Stay frosty, yeah, got it.
Good luck.
All right, boys.
Hello, mate.
Patrick, talk to us. How are you feeling?
Well, I'm finding this one of the most electrifying nights of UFC 3. I've never seen a more entertaining matchup and bout between two fighters.
It's been much. You've been doing much better than I expected you to do. In all fairness, Patrick, Liam wasn't looking to give you too many compliments on it just now, but your ability to get up off the ground isn't like for what you managed to achieve in such a small space of time. Super impressive.
Well, I know that Liam, he prefers to be stood up. And I know, especially in that last fight when he was Khabib, he's going to shoot for the ground. Now, I'm actually a bit disappointed in myself. Him actually getting me on the ground and stuffing those takedowns is something I have been training. And I think I've only stuffed one takedown all night.
I think you've stuffed. I think you've stuffed 3 tonight. 2, if not 3-2, but you. It's been okay. It's been much better than I thought it'd be. Even I, who I can't get up like you can, and I've been playing the game for a couple of years now. Like I say, it's been impressive. We're gonna have to bring it up, man. What were you doing? Those taunts with Max Holloway in that first round.
Lau, sometimes your corner is gospel, and you need to listen to your coaches, and you need to listen to your corner. Mm-hmm. On this occasion, he did some poor advice there.
Well, he said don't taunt, and you did. Now, I said that didn't sound like a reality, but...
Well, I'm in the ring. I'm in the octagon. I made the decision to do it. So
ultimately, it falls on you. Me and Mike were both saying that was probably your best round.
That's why I was feeling best. I respect Zabit's pick. I know I was the top fighter in that category. Felt confident, was doing all right. Stamina bar management was good. That was probably maybe one of the Connor rounds just then, but definitely that Holloway round. And Zabit was one of I felt best. But I was getting a bit frustrated at him. He did get him ahead a little bit. And then I thought 1 second to go, what we're going to do? Didn't think I'd eat a leg kick with in 4:59.
Paddy, do you think you have more of a chance going into the heavier fighters?
I mean, he is eating some blows,
definitely.
Which, and the lighter categories is a lot more forgiving. It gets a bit, it gets very, very punishing to in the higher up the weight classes. So maybe the higher weight classes do tend to aid me in that kind of stuff, but he's not seen my ground game yet. I've not really shot for much yet. So
he's saying you've got no ground game.
Stuffed a couple, but I've not been on the ground with him yet properly.
He's taunting if you can.
And Liam's showing the belt.
Liam's showing the belt.
Well, that's just him all over, isn't it? That is just him all over.
Paddy, thank you for joining us between fights. You get yourself back in, warmed up, Vaseline that camera, and we'll be ready for the 5th fight.
We'll see you in more. Good luck, my friend.
Have fun.
It was a
Steve?
Yes.
18 viewers. I think most of those have been here from the start, but go on, one last reminder about why we're here, why we're doing this.
6 weeks ago, Patrick said to Liam that with 6 weeks training, he could beat him on any game. So the challenge was set at that point to meet tonight at 8:30 for UFC 3. And that's what we're doing. Paddy's had 6 weeks to prepare for this. Liam's been playing the game for around about maybe 3 years solidly. And to be honest, with that in mind, I still think Paddy's putting up a good fight. I don't think he should go away from this feeling like things could have gone a lot worse. Put it that way. He's been like I think he's as much as Liam may not want to admit it, he's definitely been gaining his respect tonight. So it's good to see. How did you find the post fight, the mid fight, I should say, interview then? What vibes did you pick up from both fighters?
Yeah, I think what's great is both really enjoying it. You could tell they're both really enjoying it. Liam's confidence was growing. I think that's pretty evident. That's pretty clear from what he was saying. We didn't really see that, I don't think, in the fight, because he wasn't going for the finish. But yeah, he seemed very happy, very comfortable. I know we're talking about these higher weight classes maybe being a problem for him, and I think we need to keep our eye on that. But yeah, seems super confident. And Paddy, good to hear a bit about the training camp. Good to hear that actually it is a conscious decision that he is blocking takedowns. Really interested to hear that. And also, I mean, the drama in the corner and the feud between coach and fighter. That's not something you want, especially not something you want on fight night in front of 20 people. And that's just 20 people logged in. Remember, we know at least a few people are sat around with their families watching this. So yeah, you don't want that on the night.
Well, it's all eyes on the two boys now going into the 5th fight of the night at welterweight. We've got Liam in the red corner with George St. Pierre wearing the red shorts there. And Paddy's gone for another strong puncher in Tyron Woodley. Interesting matchup.
Very interesting matchup. Both well-rounded fighters in the real world. and of course all the stats are based around that. George St. Pierre, a legend of the game. Tyron Woodley, a champion, has defended his belt a number of times. No longer a champion, but is fighting at the start of June, end of May?
May 30th.
May 30th.
Next weekend. We're not sponsored by actual UFC though, so
But
don't
we're interested in it.
until they sponsor us.
Which will never happen.
Imagine if Dana White's watching and me and you get a job. We'll still do the TFL. You never forget your roots. You never forget your roots. We'll always come back for TFL. TFL 1 halfway through so far. About to head into the 5th fight of the night here.
Great to see the chat so active as well. We are reading it when we can as we go. Good to see a lot of interaction. If you're on Twitch and you're not already subscribed, you're not already following, please do. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can do that for free just by clicking on, what do you click on? Subscribe?
Yep, down the bottom right, you'll see subscribe. Like I say, if you link your Twitch account to your Amazon Prime account, you can subscribe for free. It supports the channel, helps us to bring you better content.
Here we go.
Touch gloves again.
Paddy in the white shorts, Liam in the red. Paddy straight in with big high energy moves.
Now this is where we're going to find out if Liam's confidence has gone too high. Liam's one of those annoying characters though, where as his confidence grows, his skill seems to match the confidence level. So let's just see how he plays this out. He's still staying patient, keeping that control. Paddy shoots for a takedown from a mile away, misses obviously. Liam catches him with an uppercut. Liam's utilised that kick 3 times now to push Paddy back against the fence. He really likes.
You see what he did on the 4th time? He did it to the head. So it's 3 to the body, which then Paddy learns the pattern. So he starts to block the body, and then that's when Liam tries to land to the head. Look,
takedown of the evening, and he's gone straight for the back. He's going for the rear naked choke. Liam stuffs that attempt. Looks like Liam's going for the armbar. Paddy's got the armbar. Liam's got the armbar.
So Liam on now, George St. Pierre in the red shorts, and Paddy in the black shorts.
You're in charge.
White shorts.
Thanks for following. You're in charge of telling us what's going on here.
He's struggling. It's the 5th fight of the night.
Paddy's going for Paddy's going for a lot of submission attempts, which is definitely going to have got Liam's attention. I think
Paddy's on top.
Liam's going to get straight back to his feet and maybe keep it there.
I think that's probably a bit scary for Liam. So I know there's a little bit of confusion there. Paddy in the white shorts goes for the high kick.
I know who Paddy and I know which characters we're looking at. I just didn't know which one was putting in the action there. Paddy goes for another takedown, secures it, 2nd of the night.
That scores big. That can win rounds.
Liam shakes his head, not impressed with that takedown attempt. Continuously landing with that kick.
Look at the stamina compared to all the other fights so far.
Looking good.
Both fighters now keeping the distance. Paddy going for another takedown.
3rd takedown of the night.
I would expect Liam to be stuffing those. You know, he stuffs those against
me too.
Strong fighters online. Immediately turns it around though, and he's got the back, which is a stronger position. But then Paddy's in full guards, quite even for both fighters at this level.
Paddy's getting the takedowns, but he's not doing much with them. So as far as the points go, you can't ignore that Paddy's been able to take Liam down 3 times this round. But like I say, he's not put in too much work down there. So again, it'll be telling at the end of the fight when we see the control stats.
And what he needs to do when he's down there is one of 2 things. He either needs to transition into a stronger position and maintain control, or he needs to start landing some punches, because those are the things that are going to count when the computer judges score the round. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to see.
Good round for Paddy.
It sounds like the chat are saying that is a Woodley round. Could that be Paddy's first round of the night?
It's a hard one to score because Liam definitely landed more blows, but Paddy possibly had more control. Obviously, Liam nearly got a submission here, but it was defended by Paddy. So who knows? We'll see. Only time will tell on that one. I'd still give that to Liam personally.
It's so. This is so similar to real UFC, where it's how will the judges score takedowns?
Yeah.
Is getting them to the ground enough to get a few points or not? Do you have to do something with it? So I think we should hopefully see a similar strategy from Paddy in this round, but just throwing a few punches once they're on the ground.
Sure. If he can keep those, if he can keep those takedowns up and he can land up on the feet a little bit and land on the ground, he's gonna have a much better chance again. There's judges on side. Liam doesn't look like he's taking any shit this round though, and he's gone straight out there, attacking the body, attacking the head.
His timing was brilliant there as well. So as Paddy was throwing kicks, Liam was landing up top.
And we see Liam constantly changing elevation. Didn't get the stuff then because he was in the middle of a blow, so Paddy gets the takedown, well-timed one, but Liam obviously scrambles straight up back to his feet.
Paddy did land a punch that time. Oh, receives a kick.
So Liam there, it was perfectly timed. And Liam not rushing in on it. Again, controlling that range, keeping Paddy where he wants him throughout the fight. Paddy's landing some good leg kicks though.
Yeah.
You see the bruising on the lead leg there. I wonder if we're going to see Liam change stance, possibly. Attempted a Superman punch. Nobody there. Nobody home.
And that being real George St. Pierre's, one of his kind of trademark moves, isn't it? There,
I think he,
Superman jab. I think he does.
I think he invented it.
No, Superman punch.
Stuff takedown.
Could Liam be going for a highlight finish?
Liam has changed stances to protect that leg, that lead leg that Paddy had been putting work in on. Obviously, the danger here is if Paddy continues to attack his new lead leg, we're going to see Liam have his feet taken out from under him. But Liam's used to dealing with no feet, so should be no problems.
My word, Liam has stuffed the takedown. That I can't follow.
Here we go.
Okay,
again.
Liam working for an armbar. So just 2 gates on the armbar.
Because Paddy's in a health event, so if you go for those subs when your opponent's in a health event, and by that I mean like rocks, when it's flashing in the top right, you'll have less gates to close on your submission. But Paddy defends it, and then Paddy gets
tried
control.
to transition into crucifix position there, which is really dominant. So that'd be one hand under the legs and the other held by the arms. Liam now in mount, land into the body and to the head. This doesn't look good for Paddy. Fantastic work by Liam. Goes into side control. Can Paddy get up? We've seen a good get up success rate. Paddy takes it back. It's a great transition. Now he can do a number of things from here. He's going for a choke. Going for a rear naked choke. Can he get past the first gate? He has.
This could be.
Liam's out of it, but it's
out of it.
Paddy still has his back.
Paddy's having his best fight, and it's impressive to watch. The stamina's a little bit lower, but not too bad for how much work he's putting in.
And I think it's the body shots.
Liam could have we might have seen the end of the fight there. I feel like Paddy was saved by the bell slightly then. Liam had just landed one elbow, and as you've seen twice tonight, if he starts landing those elbows in the face at the end, he can finish a fight from that position. So I think Paddy was saved by the bell just then, which, it's good to see because it's definitely a competitive fight this time around, which is exciting.
It really is, and the takedown percentage, the success rate from Paddy is well, we haven't seen that tonight. We haven't seen him land these takedowns, and it's having a big impact on the fight.
He said in his mid-fight, press conference with us just now, Liam hadn't seen his ground game yet. Liam had said the guy's got no ground game. That's what Liam said in his. Paddy said he's not seen it yet, and he's absolutely showing that he's got ground game in this fight here. No touch glove
into the third round. Liam continued to work the body, but mix it up with the head.
This is a fantastic fight, man. I'm enjoying this one.
Paddy landing some leg kicks, but Liam dominant on the feet. There's a health event.
Liam's he could have finished it there maybe, and I think he's about to get the finish now. Nope. Paddy up.
Whoa, okay.
I think Liam would have wanted it to finish there.
Yeah, and
what he
after an
does
event
now.
like that in this game, another one usually follows quite quickly.
Well, Liam's going for some tie clinches now. I wonder if that's an area Paddy's worked on at all.
And for
And
people that are
that's it.
learning the game, it's over.
Liam
People
hit him
that are
then with
learning
a
the
big
game,
kidney shot with the knee, took him down, punched him in the face until the ref called it.
the clinch, so where you're stood up and you have the arms around the neck, generally that is the last thing that someone learns when they're learning this game.
Yeah,
With
absolutely.
Paddy just having 6 weeks, and it's also the most difficult. You know, the visual cues are very difficult to spot. For Paddy only having 6 weeks, I don't think he would have learned the clinch area of the game. So that
No, and you know, Liam's going to utilize every tool he's got in his toolbox. But for Liam to have to go for a tie clinch to get the win there, you know, you've got to give Paddy credit where it's due. That was Paddy's best fight yet. It was a close one throughout. You know, both guys had moments when they could have finished and didn't. You can see Paddy's annoyed at himself, but if I was him, I'd be happy with my performance just then. That was, you know, that was the closest we've seen a fight go for Liam and Paddy tonight, and it's absolutely great to see Paddy bring that much competition to this night.
I can't wait to see the stats.
Same.
I can't wait to see the stats. They're going to be heavily weighted towards Liam towards the end, but if we can have a look at round by round on the scorecards, if we can scroll across to that tab, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Some love for Paddy in the chat. He should be proud. Should be proud.
Let's have a look at that chat, actually. I've been in.
18 significant strikes landed from Paddy, 53 from Liam. That is huge. Now, ground control, both around the 2-minute mark.
Wow, like I
very,
say.
very similar. Can we scroll over to the round? So round 1, Liam landed more significant and more total strikes. Paddy with the higher control on the ground.
That's as I said at the time. Paddy wasn't doing much in that round regarding the positions he was winning, but he was winning them over Liam.
Let's take a look at round 2. Okay, Liam had more ground control, landing more strikes as well. Paddy with the only takedown of the fight, of the round.
And into round 3. Obviously a dominant performance by Liam in that round.
Unanswered, wasn't it? His unanswered. 17 significant strikes, 25 total strikes. Okay, cool.
Great effort though. Great effort from Paddy there.
It makes me really excited about these final few fights.
Now this is when, so they're going to move up another weight class now to middleweight now, sorry, 185 pounds. This is where Paddy, you know, can start getting those kind of that power, and if he can catch Liam the way he's been catching him, we're going to see something good.
The speed at which Paddy picked Anderson Silva there tells me that he has spent some time training with this fighter.
Be interesting to see. I think it's an interesting pick for Paddy, Anderson Silva. My guess is we're going to see Liam pick Bisping. He's great with Bisping. You know, Anderson's stats aren't the greatest, so maybe you are right. You can see as on the selection here, anything that highlights green means that the guy you're about to pick has a higher stat there than the guy you're against. And of course, I believe Liam's going for Biz. Oh no, he's moved on. No, it's always going to be Bisping.
I mean, to scroll past Chael Sonnen, that probably took quite a lot for Liam.
Definitely.
He'll be dwelling on that going into this fight. I don't think that can be overlooked.
I know Liam plays a good Bisping, though. It's one of his go-to fighters for this weight class. So let's see, you know, if this is Paddy's go-to fight for this weight class and someone who's been using, Liam's come with the full toolbox with Bisping, which is, you know, a fighter he's more than comfortable with. Left
Just a reminder, if you're enjoying yourselves and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing to Liam's channel. You can do that clicking, depending on if you're on mobile or web, there's a button there that says subscribe. If you've got Prime, you can do that for free, I think.
Yeah. If you have a Prime, if your Twitch is linked to your Prime, you can sub for free, and it supports the channel, helps us bring you better content.
And there's going to be more of this, isn't there, Steve?
Every 6 weeks, we're going to be doing a TFL. Twitch Fight League 1 this is, and we're going to go for Switch Fight League 2. teaser announcement at the end of tonight. Tell you what the next game's going to be.
Liam sweating there. It's getting warm. I noticed Paddy's turned his light. He seems to be alternating light on and light off. From the shadow that was behind him, it looked like he had quite a high-powered light directly in his eyes. Now, maybe that was throwing him off for the first 5 rounds. Maybe not. Okay.
A lot of bets coming in for Liam here. Liam's saying that Paddy's sweating. That's why he's taking the hood off.
I mean, he's wearing a hoodie indoors with what looked like a very high-powered light directly in his face.
Absolutely mental.
Paddy's choice, Anderson Silva in the yellow shorts. Liam Michael Bisping in the red shorts.
Someone just showered me out with my other gaming tag, Ghost Quinn. Thank you. Johnny's saying that Paddy's 5-0 up, which of course isn't true. Liam is 5-0 up. More bets
big
in for Liam.
Bets coming in for Liam, yeah. Some people just joining us. Thanks for joining. We're up to 23 people logged in, plus anybody else watching on their screens. Brilliant. What a turnout.
It's been a great night so far, but there's more action to come as we go into the 6th fight of the night.
And now's the time to join if you were going to join, because that last fight was so interesting. It's the most even of the night, and we saw the most... certainly not gaps in Liam's game, but opportunities in Paddy's game and the way that he's fighting.
Now, like I say, Liam plays these heavier weight classes a lot, and he's a big fan of Michael Bisping, so let's see what he can do.
Touch of gloves every fight. Really nice by the guys.
Liam in red, Paddy in yellow. Liam starts us off with a punch kick combo.
So Liam's doing a lot of ducking and diving. That could play into Paddy's favour if he lands a hook. You know, as Liam's dodging left, if Paddy throws a right, that can connect. That can be quite powerful.
Definitely.
So we need to look out for that. Big overhand right landed by Paddy.
And then we just saw Liam throw that spinning high kick that missed, and at the end of that kick, as you turn back around, you're completely open. Paddy can capitalise on that if he keeps his eye on it. Let's hope. I can imagine we'll see Liam throw that kick more closely in the pocket going forward.
Liam going there for left leg kick to overhand right. It's a good combo. It's a common combo in the game. We saw it again there. This left hook to the body by Liam has been strong.
Left hook Larry.
All night.
Left hook Larry all night. That's what Liam goes for.
There's a health event there.
Liam's no fool with Bisping. And Paddy catches the kick. Doesn't get a counter punch off, but does stop the kick. Impressive work. Health event for Liam. Took a massive hit to the head then. But he backs up and stays composed.
And Paddy didn't expel all of his energy chasing that. That's good discipline.
One thing Paddy's doing that he's throwing head kicks, but really, you know, if you find someone like Liam who's got experience in there, you're telegraphing it too much. You want to be setting a head kick up, go for a 1-2 jab and throw a head kick.
Exactly as you were just saying, and as you were saying it, Liam just dodged. He just stepped back for the head kick. Exactly as you said it. So yeah, you know, you need to throw a jab, throw straight, then go for the high kick.
Like I've said, Liam's going to be watching, as we just saw there, he checked the leg kick. Liam's going to be watching Anderson Silva and just catches one of those straight away, as Paddy does a 1-2 combo with a head kick.
I'd like to see Paddy throwing more punches to the body. If Paddy's down on the ground. Liam has finished it. I think Paddy needs to do more striking to the body. He's kicking to the body, but it'd be good to see some hands landing there.
You know, I'll be honest, a bit behind the curtains here. I don't think I've ever seen Liam lose when he plays as Michael Bisping in this weight class. This is very much Liam's bread and butter. So I'm not surprised the fight ended the way it did so quickly. That's a set point for Liam. You know, that's something he's worked on for a long time. So
here's the highlight. It's the high left kick that does it as Paddy's coming in.
There was a bit of a stoppage where Liam didn't jump on him straight away. But Paddy was still flattened out. I wonder if he'd have been a bit quicker on the pad. He could have got himself up then, but just not quite in time for Liam to see what was going on and jump on him.
I think part of me thinks that Paddy thought it was over.
Possibly.
Maybe both fighters did, because he looked. I think he was already out before he hit the ground. What does that make it? 6?
That's 6-0 so far to Liam. So Paddy definitely can't win tonight. However, he can go for he can get 2 victories, and we are now going into the light heavyweight and then finally the heavyweight fights, and that is where anything can happen. That's your any given night scenario right there.
It's going to be so good, because it can be one punch, and you see that online fighting in this game all the time. It can be one punch and somebody's knocked out. Of
course, and you've seen Liam's taken some health events. He's been rocked, he's been caught. One thing that I've noticed is he's not as hard to hit as maybe I thought he'd be for Paddy. Paddy's definitely getting his shots in, so super interesting to see, and it definitely builds excitement for these next 2 fights.
Both there on the stats had 1 stun wobble each. If Paddy can maximize on when he does land those and follow up in the right way,
I think we're going to see Paddy pick John Jones in this next category. Liam moves up to light heavyweight. Let's see. Liam again. Alexander Gustafsson is his guy at this weight class. Liam loves. Was Paddy going for a Dana White? I had some success. No, he's moving. I think he's going to go for John Jones. Surely.
You'd think it'd be the pick. I know he's a DC fan. He's gone Daniel Cormier.
Yeah. I wonder if he's going to get that wrestling out on Gus. I mean, Liam is a Gus main to the highest of levels.
I think we've seen Paddy struggle with his distance all night. So to pick someone significantly shorter
reach
than the other fighter, I think might be a problem for him.
But
he might prove us wrong.
Of course, Liam's going to be longer and faster in there.
Steve, maybe Paddy's thinking about his success in the Woodley fight, where he continued to get Liam on the ground.
100%, but in that fight, he was fighting a guy who was pretty much the same height, same reach. I mean, look at the difference in reach there. You've got about a 20 centimeter difference. Liam's going to be faster. Liam's better at keeping range and distance. I think this is going to be another first round knockout for Liam. I've got to be honest with you. Let's see how it pans out. Let's have a quick check in with the chat while the boys get ready. A lot of bets coming in. Bet command is ! Bet. Then it's either Liam KO or Liam or Paddy KO sub, or deck for decision, and then how many points you want to bet. Bit of love for me in the chat. There's been pretty much no love for you, Mike, which is interesting. After this fight, I've just heard word from the van that we're gonna take a short intermission after this fight. We're gonna play the videos again, get hyped for the final fight of the night. A lot of bets coming in for Liam for a KO. Paddy's corner's already called for a rematch that he says that his fighter will win. Interesting.
Have we seen enough tonight for a rematch? And you can't rule one out, because Paddy has only had 6 weeks. And how good would he be after 12 weeks? But if this goes 8-0, I'm not sure we could call for a rematch. So we've got Liam here, Gustafsson in the yellow shorts.
Yeah,
Paddy playing as Cormier, who isn't on my screen, but isn't in yellow shorts. The other one.
I hope he's in the yellow shorts. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think we need to see an immediate rematch for this UFC fight. I think it's something Paddy could call for later down the line. We'll get his info in the post-fight, find out how he feels about the game, if he's going to keep it up. And if he does, he's shown enough tonight, in my opinion, to say that inside of a few more months training, he could put up some real competition for Liam. So I know Liam won't stop playing the game. It's his favorite console game. It's the only game he plays on console. It's the only reason he owns a console. So here we go. Off to start the 7th fight of the night.
There's that front kick again. And let's remember as well, when we're talking about that, Paddy is excellent at fighting games. The more traditional fighting games, Tekken, Street Fighter.
Paddy catches it. Oh, don't know what he did there, but it's weird.
Oh, and he got caught.
And he goes for the takedown, secures.
Lands a takedown.
Now let's see how, and yeah, as predicted, Liam's not going to mess around on the floor with Daniel Cormier.
No,
But-
and another tough part of this game to learn when you are learning it isn't so much getting the takedowns, it's stopping transitions.
Sure.
The transition Liam's trying to do is to get back up to the feet.
And-
Liam landing big elbows.
Yeah, like I say, this is where Liam wants to be. Liam's great at ground and pound. He's great with Gustafsson. And Paddy has not seen great defense on the ground from Paddy when it comes to getting strike. He's great at transition and he's doing good jobs of getting back up and securing takedowns, but as you can see, Liam's not having any of it in this fight. And Liam gets back up to his feet.
It's tough.
Paddy stays on the ground.
Tough part of the game. You have to look which way the character's body's going.
Big
Liam
knee.
lands a big knee. A big knee as Paddy is trying to go for the takedown. And that's where you've got to be careful. If you're constantly doing the same thing, going for takedowns, it only takes a knee or an uppercut.
And just the range alone here with Liam Gustafsson is, he can throw this shit from anywhere and he's going to hit every time. Paddy, even to secure the takedown, he's getting super close, which isn't the easiest thing to do when you're dealing with someone as fast and long as Gustafsson, especially when he's being controlled by Liam.
He did land the left high kick, though.
Yeah, true. I think Liam's going to stuff that one, yep. And back to control for Liam, but he gets straight back up. He's having too much success.
Paddy's got to be doing something else between takedowns. It's got to be, a 1-2 and then a takedown. Something that is less telegraphed.
100%. He's not using the jab. He's putting a lot of power on everything. I think he's really strong. He can go for that takedown. He can be successful with it, but he can't just shoot for it out of thin air while Liam's fully aware of what's going on. This kind of works what he wants to be doing. He needs to be in the pocket, keeping Liam busy, keeping his eyes on what's happening, and then shoot down for a takedown just like that. And secures it. Like I say, if he keeps Liam busy like that, he's going to get more success with those takedowns.
He's not defended a single transition, so I think that's where he needs to work on next. But the takedown success rate is brilliant, especially against someone as skilled as Liam.
Control the kick. Goes to the leg kick on the overhand. 30 seconds left for this round.
Bit of damage on Liam's right leg. We can see that.
I mean, DC is one of the best fighters in the game, stat-wise, and maybe I was being a bit foolhardy thinking that Liam would be able to get DC out there in one, but Liam just scored a great takedown right at the end of the round there. And
there's a big knee.
Huge knee from Liam. And there's another shot. Dodge to uppercut to the body from Liam. Checking on the chat while we wait for the round to start.
There's a left hook to the body, and we see that. We've seen that all night.
Grab his dick, the old dick grab. Kill him.
And we haven't seen that tonight.
Why can't they just be friends? Does Paddy need to pause? Great banter in the chat. It's good to see that we still have 20 viewers. It's been a consistent 20 to 25 all night. Great turnout for TFL 1. Again, we can't thank you enough for coming out. Still got more action to come, though, as we go into the second round of the 7th fight. Liam straight in there to land some blows. Paddy answers straight away with his own. And then Paddy goes to that takedown. It is stuffed by Liam.
Now is Liam going to stand?
Go for that tie clinch. No, he's taking him down. Stuffs a takedown, gets a takedown, takes control and starts working. This is the difference between Liam and this. This is what Liam does with that experience he's gained over the years playing the game. He knows what to do when he gets good position. Paddy's winning some positions, but he's just not quite sure what he should be doing when he gets there. Health event for Paddy. Liam with the controlling kick and a big head kick. And
there's that left hook to the body again. The story of the night. Health event as a big overhand right from Liam. There's the left hook.
It's just that range. He can throw it from anywhere and he's going to catch him every time.
And we can see Liam stepping back to take advantage of that range as well.
Great takedown from Paddy there. Liam tried to spin him back first. Paddy went straight for a takedown, but again, Liam scrambled straight back up to his feet. Paddy not able to capitalize on the position that he just won.
Paddy maybe needs to rethink this now. If the takedown's on, if he's not able to do any damage, if he's not able to secure a better position on the ground, maybe he does need to keep this on the feet and rethink
Absolutely, Mike. And the reality is, he's playing as one of the stronger punchers in the game. He wants to be throwing those overhands. He wants to be hitting Liam wherever he can, taking his time, being patient, and picking his shots. He's still got great stamina bar. We're over halfway through the second round here. There's plenty of time left in this fight. Now, Liam's being dominant, absolutely, but if Paddy can change up his game plan, I think we can see something a bit closer to that Woodley fight. It's hard to say that Paddy should stop going for the ground game because he had quite a bit of success with it with Woodley, but I just think Liam's maybe now got a bit more respect for Paddy's ground game, and he's making sure to neutralize it as soon as he can. Liam is teeing off on Paddy, but again, DC's got that chin. This is the kind of fight where Paddy can really capitalize. He's a strong puncher with great chin, good stamina. You know, that was pretty much the Max situation. Paddy goes to the takedown.
Straight into side control. I think you're right, Steve. I think Paddy needs to get closer in. You've got the shorter reach. You've got a fighter that is a good dirty boxer, you know, that close range boxing. And he could be taking advantage of that if he gets in, throws a few hooks, a few uppercuts.
Liam's just kicking shit out of him on the floor now. There we go, and he's back to his feet. Big leg
unorthodox commentary for.
Check the leg kick then. Liam catches the kick.
Nice try by Paddy. So he went for leg kick, then to the body. But Liam did catch the body kick and into the third.
I don't think this is... I think Liam's having a lot of success in this fight in comparison to Paddy. Like I say, that the success Paddy has had, he's not capitalized on it, winning those positions. Liam, every time, he's able to switch a bad position into a good one and get his own winning positions as well. Paddy with that small reach then we just saw, he couldn't get the leg kick off. Paddy capitalized on it. Liam capitalized on that with a big combo. Whew. Chat's blowing up. Paddy becoming a ninja turtle. Everybody's saying that Paddy's becoming a turtle, embracing the turtle. Pumaga asking the score. We're on 6-0 for Liam, 0 for Paddy.
8 fights total tonight.
He'll come out of his shell this round. Let's see how we get on. I'm thirsty, man.
Okay, nice 1-2 by Paddy there. Seems happier to stay on the feet here. Big overhand right landed. Still quite a lot of wasted energy in the kicks that are it's just too far out. He's throwing kicks and landing on there.
He's picked
the right character. A combo by Liam.
Oh, huge. During a health event as well. This is what I mean. He's picked a good character as far as stamina. Like, he's been wasting a lot of energy. But a knockdown. I mean, I wouldn't say it was a knockdown. It was... There we go, Liam. I think Liam tripped him up there. Paddy tripped him up there. It wasn't really a knockdown.
Okay. And Paddy's going in. I thought it might have been a health event on the leg, but I think you might be right. I think it was the weight
Liam went
in
for
leg and he tripped him.
Yeah, which happens. But look at that uppercut just as Paddy ducked down for a takedown.
And that's what we were saying earlier in the fight, wasn't it? If you continue to do the same thing, you continue to go for those takedowns, people are going to catch you with a knee or an uppercut. And we saw both. We saw both that fight. Brilliant by Liam.
Yeah, great round. I mean, again, Liam, as I said at the start, is absolutely every part of a Gustafsson main. And, you know, Paddy gave him trouble in that fight. That wasn't easy for Liam. He was composed and he was calm and confident, and that took him through the fight. But, you know, if that had gone on a bit longer, especially with Paddy's stamina bar looking as healthy as it was, and if Paddy had kind of stayed away from that ground attempt and kept throwing those overhands, trying to catch him, I feel like he could have frustrated Liam and maybe got in his head a little bit and had some better success with that fight. But ultimately, you know, again, I find it hard to believe Liam's going to lose when he plays as Gustafsson in that weight class. It's just something I don't see. So
this exciting now. There's a lot of excitement in chat. You know, all or nothing. This is it. One last battle. These are the big boys as well. We're going into heavyweight, and we've said it a few times tonight. This is one punch knockout territory. It's going to be interesting to see what approach both fighters take.
I mean, yeah. The pressure's well and truly on Liam right now. You know, he's got the 7 wins. He's going to go for the full house and get that 8th win tonight. I feel like if he doesn't, it's always going to be tapping his mind. And Paddy not really got anything to lose here. Paddy can go for broke in this last fight and really try and push the pace and push the action and try and squeeze a win out. You know, he's definitely got it in him. You know, just watching these fights, and I'm sure you feel the same, I wouldn't be shocked if he got a win. Some of the damage he's been able to put out on Liam's been, you know, impressive for saying he's only been playing the game for a few weeks. So
and we keep calling it out, he's successfully landed 22 strikes, significant strikes in that fight. Any one of those,
at heavyweight especially,
can be a knockout. So we're going to go to, we're going to show a bit of the media, a few of the videos for the last time tonight, and then we're going to get into the 8th and final fight of the night. Let us know if you're enjoying yourselves in chat, and we'll be back for the 8th fight shortly.
Now, this is how we do, man. Okay, backyard roughneck training regime. Let me show you this one. We're doing the painting. It's like the wax on, wax off. Do you know what I mean? Because you need steady flow. That's what we need. That's what we need. Then here are the blocks. Here's what we work out with. Do you know what I mean? And then we're like boom, 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 boom. Liam comes at me. Stuff that takedown.
These are the levels that we're taking the Twitch Fight League Fight Game 2. Recovery is number 1. You've got people like Paddy training, unsafe environment, back garden, waxing on and waxing off like it's 1993. Recovery is longevity. We're living in a world where people like Paddy think they can take 6 weeks on a game and all of a sudden beat a master. It's just not how it works. He's been in mid-terror, playing Cloud Strife farm in Phoenix Downs. But I've been in the octagon.
Credit to both the fighters as well for the effort that they put into the videos.
Absolutely, they're
just
great.
Brilliant, great sports.
Credit to you though, Mike. You made those videos and they're fantastic, as you did make the poster. So if anyone's loving those videos and loving the poster, you got Mike, who's on commentary with me now, to thank. Right, we're picking the fighters for the final fight of the night. This is, and of course, Paddy's gone for Francis Ngannou. Great decision. Are we going to see a mirror match? I think it's a good idea for Liam to go for the mirror match here.
For those who don't know, he is a scary,
dangerous man.
Scary boxer. I'm going to pull his stats up.
Is Liam going to go for Derek Lewis? Liam he's thinking whether to go for a troll pick or if he should go for a reality pick. I think he's achieved too much to let it drop now. But this is Liam. He's going to fight his fight, you know?
I think he's... Well, let's see. Francis Ngannou so has 15 wins in mixed martial arts, 11 of those by knockout. Horrendous knockout. It's so scary.
Let's see what Liam's going for. Derek Lewis? No. Stipe? I think he's going to go for the mirror match.
I think Derek Lewis is locked in.
He's been back to Derek Lewis a few times now. Oh, I'm on the stream, that's why. Not on the...
Derek Lewis locked in.
Wow. That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I mean, that makes things really, really interesting. Derek Lewis is a fan favorite, has a fantastic record, but isn't technically one of the best fighters out there. But of his 23 wins, 18 of those are by knockout.
And what's most interesting here is Liam does not play Derek Lewis. I don't think I can remember a time I've seen Liam play as Derek Lewis. So, you know, if Paddy's put some work in with Francis and Liam's trying to like get that BM win off of Paddy right at the end of the game, well, see, this has really made things a lot more interesting.
And Derek Lewis in real fighting is is infamous for losing like 98% of the match and then landing one punch and winning.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing Derek Lewis infamous for is being one of the only fighters I've ever seen who, when he's taken down, he just gets up. If anybody wants to see that, if you go on YouTube and type in Derek Lewis just stands up, it's a funny compilation of every time he's been taken down, and he just gets back up to his feet immediately.
Paddy in the black shorts, Liam in the blue shorts.
Look at that specimen Paddy's picked. Things are really interesting now.
He stands 64 inches tall, weighing in at 250 pounds.
Wow, man. This is exciting stuff.
This is it. This is it.
We'll see what how the chat's reacted to the picks here.
There's people saying it's not going to last 60 seconds.
Liam KO winning to 50% of the bets. This isn't lasting. Last one wins. Bit of love for you there, Mike. Don't know why that's there. Bit weird.
Next goal wins. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. And this is the final fight, and you know you're only as good as your last fight. So let's
Liam,
see how this goes.
All like I say, everything to lose. Paddy, nothing to lose. Paddy's definitely the better power puncher in this fight. This is an interesting fight, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, and both these guys, fan favorites.
Absolutely.
You know, everything to love about these guys. Paddy stepping in and doing this. Liam putting everything on the line.
Yep.
You know, everything on the line here.
This is an interesting one. Paddy's got to be feeling confident going into this, but not overly confident. Let's see. Like I say, this is it, man. Touching gloves for the
Final touch of gloves. What an event.
Oh, Liam's keeping his distance.
What an event.
I mean, this is rock and sock and robots to the highest level. Like, anything can happen in this fight now.
Liam really utilising that lean back to dodge the punches.
He's going to have to. I mean, if he, when you see those overhand bombs being thrown by Paddy and you just imagine Liam getting caught in the face with one, it's going to be night-night, man. Anything can happen in this fight.
Both blocking up top. Neither fighter seems to really be blocking the body because one punch on the chin can finish this.
Seeing a lot of headhunting here from both fighters. Liam, knockdown, but doesn't go for it, but uses that leg again. You're always going to see that from Liam. Like I say, every fight we've seen that. It's one of his staples.
Now, if Paddy can time his punch, because Liam is leaning back before a punch is thrown, if Paddy can time it as Liam's character is moving back forwards, that could be a knockout.
I feel like if we look at Paddy's stamina bar there, Liam, obviously the lower that gets, the less power Francis is going to have. And Liam's playing the smart fight here. He's taking his time with it. It's a risky game because if he gets caught once early on like this, he's in trouble. But
stamina doesn't matter where these guys are going.
No, true. Liam keeping control.
Lots of body shots from Liam now.
Change in elevation constantly. Keeping Paddy on his guessing and keeping him busy. Not wow, big fucking right hand from Paddy.
I just reheard that on stream. Brilliant. I think we gained a viewer as you said that as well.
Oh, Paddy's in trouble. Health event. Liam's working the body, working to the head. Trying to get the finish. Didn't secure it then.
Now it's Paddy's time to follow up whilst Liam's stamina's low, and he does. He does.
Yep. Perfect execution. I mean, Paddy's stamina bar already halfway down. Not even at the end of the first round yet. Paddy's been putting everything on these punches. Going for broke. Trying to get that one
big
hit.
Overhand.
Wow.
Liam continually working the body. Paddy's stamina, I mean, is low. Is low.
Absolutely.
People end fights on more stamina than that.
1 minute left for the first round here.
He looks like he's enjoying himself, Paddy does. He looks like he's enjoying himself.
They both do. You know, one thing's for sure, they've both had a great night, and that's super important, especially for the first event, with this many eyes on it. Showing everybody how much the two people playing truly enjoy competitive games like this, and it's been a good thing to see. Coming into the last 20 seconds, 15 seconds of the round, both fighters finding the pocket, landing their own blows. Liam's stamina bar starting to take a hit. Like I say, he tried to finish early. Not quite as bad as Paddy's. It was a good first round. Paddy has probably got another round left in him like that of throwing those huge bombs. And if Liam can take it into deep waters, I think it's pretty much his to lose at that point. Liam's round.
See the knockdown.
With the knockdown there. And there it is again.
So well timed.
Big overhand right from Liam. Well, that's what, 3 years on the game is going to give you, that experience to be able to take a fight that, you could say was so 50-50 going in, but you add that element of experience Liam has, and it might just sway it in his way. Paddy's sweating his absolute tits off going into this second round. It's exciting to see what's going to happen now.
Big factor tonight has been the body shots.
Absolutely.
We thought maybe that'd be less of a factor in this heavyweight. Ooh.
Paddy went to touch gloves and then hits him with the overhand. Liam shakes his head. He's not happy about that one bit.
Imagine.
Liam's got to keep composure here, because that is the sort of thing that Liam's going to want to make Paddy answer for.
Liam is throwing and throwing and throwing. I think that's got to him a little bit.
Definitely. Seems the steam's ran out on that move, though, and now Liam's gone back to the basics of blocking, staying out of the way. Let's see. Wow, what a great start to the second round.
There are mixed reactions to that
in the chat.
Let us know how you're feeling about the pretend touch of gloves.
And Liam with a big overhand right there, following up with some body combos down.
Is it over?
No, Paddy's straight back up.
Paddy gets up.
Liam's in that tie clinch again, takes him down. As Francis Ngannou, not a place as Derek Lewis.
I mean, a submission as Derek Lewis would be unheard of.
I think that's going to be it, because Paddy's not great at defense. Oh, perfect, Paddy. Excellent.
Tough spot to get out of.
Liam's had great success with ground and pound this whole night, so
Paddy goes for a submission.
That's interesting. And Liam gets out of it. Again, these are not ground fires. You would not see this in an actual fight between these two people in any way, shape, or form. But Liam and Paddy have decided to take it to the ground with two fighters who have no grappling skill whatsoever. And Liam going for that ground and pound again. Big punch from Liam.
Liam seems very confident here.
It's flattened Paddy out. Very dangerous position. Paddy managed to flip down to his back. Vladimir.
Oh, that should have been his name. Padimir.
Missed opportunity.
Liam dominant. Landing punches.
Paddy's working though, man. He's keeping Liam from getting full top mount there. And yeah, I mean, that's as successful as you can hope it to be against Liam on the ground there, especially with a fighter with no grappling skill. Big overhand then from Paddy, but I wonder if he's still got the same sting on it with that stamina so low.
And it was with his lead hand, which is going to be weaker than his left there. Both fighters showing some good skill up top.
Absolutely.
Both blocking high, both striking well.
That time in the ground for Paddy really has slowed Liam's pace down. At the start of this round, he was landing, he was making movements. I mean, another knockdown. Liam goes for the knee, tried to knee him in the head, which is strange. Liam stuffs the takedown. I don't know why Paddy keeps going for takedowns to Francis Ngannou, but it's a bold strategy.
It has to just be the big overhand lefts now.
See a knockout come in, and there it is.
It's a fantastic finish to a fantastic night of fights. Liam dominant. Paddy should absolutely be happy with his performance throughout. We saw little glimmers of hope in there. We saw 100%. Certain parts of certain fights where he could have taken it.
There's every chance we could have got to the end here and me say, well, I'd never need to see that again. But that's not the case, man. I'd be happy to watch these two go at it on UFC 3 again. Maybe not straight away, not in 6 weeks' time. But, a couple of months down the line, I could see this being redone and maybe even coming out with a slightly different result. Super interesting night of fights. Paddy was way better than expected. He definitely has nothing to feel bad about. He was, for saying how little time he had, he did really well tonight, and he should be getting some praise from the people in the chat.
Yeah, brilliant, and well played to both these guys for sticking at this. It's kind of been 6 weeks coming. Paddy for buying the PlayStation and the game and practicing.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. Liam for this, for the stream, for setting this up.
You, man, for the videos, like in the poster and all that work. It was brilliant. Everybody came together tonight, and we've had Anna on tech. She deserves a shout out from everybody as well. She's been kind of managing me, Liam, Mike, Paddy, keeping us all where we need to be, and keeping us up to date with what we're planning to do next. Obviously, soon
don't rule yourself out. Don't rule yourself out, Steve. Leading on the commentary. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So I think shortly we're gonna get the fighters in. But Steve, talk us through it. What have you made of the fights tonight?
Enjoyable, man. Every single one of them, there was something else interesting. I mean, every kind of fight, barring the middleweight battle, the middleweight bout, and the very first fight of the night, I'd say Paddy displayed some impressive moves, and he definitely. I'm pretty sure I think we're gonna find out that he's gained Liam's respect tonight, because I think Liam thought that might have been an easier night than it maybe was for him. But yeah, I've loved every minute of it, man. I hope you have the same. How about yourself?
Brilliant. What an event. I was like buzzing for it happening. Really pleased it all came together. Really, really pleased. So thanks for everybody that joined, and we've had consistent 20 plus viewers, so people watching the whole night. Things are a bit crazy, bit of lockdown fun. So hope everybody's enjoyed themselves tonight.
But yeah, I mean, if you're not, I hope you stick around for the post-fight press conference we're about to have coming up shortly. If you are shooting off, please do follow the stream, subscribe if you can. If you're if you're an Amazon Prime member, link your Twitch account to your Prime. You can sub for free. It helps support the channel, helps us bring you guys better content. We are going to be doing another one of these in 6 weeks' time, and the game, I'm happy to announce, is going to be Tekken 7. Now, what makes that fight more interesting is that is Paddy's world, okay? So, Paddy came into Liam's world for this fight, and then full credit to Liam, he is happy to go into Paddy's world for the next one. So, if next time we're going to be doing it in 6 weeks. If you want notifications of when that's going to be going down, follow Liam's social, Liam on Now on Twitter, Instagram. Obviously, follow the stream here on Twitch, or you can join the Discord, and we'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest news. Expect more content from us as well, as we've done with those videos tonight. We threw them all together today, so wait till you see what we can do with 6 weeks.
So what we're going to do, we're going to get the fighters in, we're going to get the guys in. We will be asking them questions, but please post your questions in the chat. We will read them and we'll ask them, and we'll get some responses to some of those questions for you. So let's get the guys in.
Perfect.
Hello.
Hi.
Yo. How's it going?
Hello. Liam, can you... Paddy is admin muted. Can we...
No, can we get unmute on Paddy? Nice, there we go.
Perfect. Paddy, you in?
Paddy,
I'm in.
Yo, good
Paddy,
games, man. Well played.
Yeah, well played, man.
Good
Well
games,
played.
good games.
Let's start with you, Paddy. How are you feeling?
There could have been... I felt like I needed more, but I think it all came down to stamina bars. Every time I was landing these, I would land a head kick, I'd land an overhand right, wasn't doing the same damage he was, and it all boils down to stamina bar management. Now, does that come with experience? I think so. Just kept getting gassed out all night.
Talk us through the camp. So 6 weeks ago, you said you beat him in any game. Credit to you, you went out, you got the PlayStation, you got the game. How much practice have you put in?
Well, let me just take one point in there. It didn't say any game. I did say this game specifically.
Okay.
I mean, come on, man. You can't take him out in his wheelhouse, FPS, like that. Ain't gonna happen. 6 weeks, gonna touch the sides. But
did it touch the sides tonight?
What I would equate my fight camp to is when you're at uni and you've got a module due in 6 weeks. You're like, yeah, that's fine. I'll do that. Of course.
Wrong crowd.
Take a look at it 6 weeks out, yes. Was it still in the cellophane for a long time? Yes. did the work actually get put in pretty much today? Yeah, that's how it was. So, no making excuses. Had 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Utilise them properly. I don't know how my opponent feels, but I think another 6 weeks of me actually being engaged in it and putting in the fights and actually like getting to a point where I'd be a bit more competitive. Though I didn't think I was uncompetitive tonight.
No, are you gonna keep up this game? Do you enjoy it enough to play more of it?
This has engaged me highly.
It's a good
Now,
game, isn't it?
I can disclose my professional record now. Didn't want to before, but will now. I am actually 1-13.
So what, is this in your online fight?
Yeah, in my professional fights, I'm 1-13.
Go on, lad.
But I don't think I played like a 1-13 fighter tonight. Now I did go 0-8, so that does rack up my L's a lot. But I thought I was close. I thought
You done good, man.
Closer than expected.
You done good.
Liam, over to you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good.
Was it as expected? Any surprises?
No, not really. I was the only time I think I was surprised. Honestly though, the only time I think I was surprised was the first fight when he hit me with the body kick and the overhand with DJ. And I was like, I want to get this fight out of the way, and that's why I shot the double with Cejudo and just went to Crucifix. I didn't think he'd have an answer for Crucifix.
What about the Woodley fight, man? Because that to us was the most competitive fight of the night. The max one would have been had he not been messing around. And we'll get to that shortly. But
Do you want me to be dead honest?
yeah,
Well, the thing with the Woodley fight is that when we were on the ground, he was shooting a lot of takedowns. If you look at the stats for that fight, I didn't shoot a takedown. He just tried to take me down, and then I got on top when I was down there. But every time we were stood up, I was just all over the body, and that if he wanted to stand up, that fight could have ended whenever. I was just going to keep hitting the body. He didn't have an answer for it, and then when we went to the ground, that wasn't my choice to make it long on the ground. He was shooting takedowns, and I was just staying on top. I was like, if he wants to be down here, then we can be down here.
So I feel like you fought very tentatively tonight. I don't know if that was respect to Paddy or.
Yeah, I fought the best that I could. I didn't want to be disrespectful and too trolley. I think I picked my actual good picks most of the time. Derek Lewis was like a fan favorite, crowd pleaser.
Yeah. I want to get to that.
Well, but everyone else, I picked who I like to play in those divisions, and I felt like it would have been disrespectful to do anything else. I think there are times where I could have gone and got finishes sooner than I did, but it didn't feel like that was the right thing to do. Not just because it could have cost me as well, and I know that. And then that isn't fighting your best. It's better to be tentative and see out the fight to the end. Patient.
Was he better than you thought he would be?
Yeah, he was better than I thought. He was better than I thought he would be, for sure.
Yeah, that's what we picked up.
Yeah, because I don't know. There's loads of things that are different, right? You know how I play, Steve. We play all the time. It was more like lockdown tonight. It was like blocking and trading, and I wasn't till that last fight. I wasn't lugging my head back and trying to dodge stuff. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't trying to go under many punches and come back up and counter. I was just blocking, locking it down, and just playing patiently.
I'm going to hit you guys with some fan questions now because we've got a few building up. So, firstly, from Anna, Liam, would you do another TFL UFC 3 but with another opponent?
Yeah, if there's someone interested.
Well, there might be someone interested right here, so get excited.
Oh, you want to go, Steve? Let's not start the trash talk in the post-fight for this one. It's TFL 1.
Anyway, I could go right now. Anyway, next question from Ina. What other games would you guys like to see in TFL? We've locked in. We're going to do Tekken 7.
Tekken 7's... Yeah, so Tekken 7's me and Paddy again, though, right?
Yeah.
Now, I would open up Tekken 7 if anyone else has interest in that and they have a personal beef with someone they wanna play, or just a reason to fight somebody, or they want to do it for the fun of it. I would open up an undercard for that fight. It's a pretty old game. It's not that expensive to pick up. I would be happy to open up an undercard for Tekken 7 for TFL 2 and get more people than just me or Paddy or me or you fighting. Get some other competitors involved.
Okay.
With Tekken as a medium, it's not got the length that these games have. They're
Yeah.
60-second rounds, best of 3. So they're going to be very, very quick, very, very.
Well, but you can still do it. You can still do a best of 8 tiebreaker.
Yeah, you can.
Like you can stretch it out.
It's going to be nowhere near as long as this.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah, I think populating it with an undercard is much, much better.
Just thought, thank God it wasn't 4-4 tonight. There was no backup plan.
There was no backup plan. The backup plan was Ngannou versus Ngannou.
Yeah,
And that's why
the plan was Ngannou versus
Yeah.
Ngannou.
I think if we'd like to go to 4-4, we would have picked up a women's division.
Carlos,
Yes,
questions. Paddy, do you think you could have won a fight if you'd have practiced
like I'm bussing.
for another 6 weeks? If you practiced for another 6 weeks, do you think you could get a win off of Liam?
I think in 6 weeks' time we'll be closer. Now,
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, mate.
The guy ate some shots, and there's no reason why he wouldn't eat shots like that in 6 weeks' time. Now, I think I got one wobble all night. So
No,
I think
you gave me a couple of health events. You gave me, I think, 4. I think maybe 4.
Yeah,
You
so
might
there'd
give me
be
4 health events.
I think 8 in another 6 weeks. I was kind of resigned at 8-0. I wouldn't be resigned at 8-0 in 6 weeks. No, I think it'd be a lot closer.
7-1.
That's still closer than 8-0.
It is.
And one question from Anna. Would Paddy ever do a rematch on UFC 3 after some proper training? So would you be interested in doing this tournament again for a TFL in the future? Not straight away, but later down the line?
Probably not TFL 2, but yeah.
Yeah.
Later down the line, yeah?
I'd love to feature on a card. At the next one, but yeah, and the straight 8 weight classes again was hefty.
It was a lot, wasn't it? We've not spoke about that. It was a lot to go through every weight class. It was.
Well, you were worried, Liam. I remember at the start you were worried. You were worried that it wasn't going to be enough content and we're going to need some stuff to fill. But we've been going for nearly 2.5 hours now.
Yeah, it's been really good. You two have done a great fucking job.
So I want to say
you and Mike have smashed it. You've been awesome tonight. You've been really good.
Yeah,
Shout out Anna on tech as well. Shout out
I'm
everyone
not-
in the chat. I've not been able to respond to my chat like I normally do tonight, but I appreciate everyone coming through and thank you all for being here. It means a lot.
just got a couple more questions to just quickly hash
That's
through.
all right. Yeah, go.
One came in from SO3 J Lord. This beatdown was very similar to Khabib versus Conor. After the fight, Conor said his foot was a balloon. Does Paddy have any logical excuses?
Well, now there is something I didn't
Logistical.
want to bring it up, but I did think we were going to be doing 3 rounds, not 5. Now, definitely 1 round went to the 4th, so I would have liked to have seen some decisions as opposed to 8 straight KOs, because I think if they were 3 rounders, a few more would have gone to decision,
That's
and
a
then it wouldn't have looked as bad as 8 KOs.
Yeah, bang on. A little bit of a confession about that one. I have no idea how to change the rounds format on multiplayer. So I just let it go. The one did go to the 4th though, you are right, and that could have been a decision. It could have been. Although,
that's the-
debatably, if I'd have known it was the last round, maybe I'd have just got you out of there sooner. But, you know, it is what it is.
That's the only thing I've got to cling to.
That's
yeah.
fine, yeah, that's fine. Could have been a decision.
So yeah, the round number was a balloon. Yeah, 5.
The round number
Massive.
was a balloon. Yeah, all right. That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. Any other questions?
Just a stupid one. But outside of that, what's the plan now, Mike? Mike, have you got any closing questions for the guys at all?
No closing questions. I think it's been awesome. I think it's been a brilliant night.
Yeah.
Really pleased that people enjoyed it and people watched it. As you said, Steve, subscribe, follow all Liam's socials and your socials, which will be linked in the chat and are linked on Liam's channel.
Yeah. There's a little bit of kickoff, in the chat. I've not asked enough questions. One of them is about would we ever do team TFLs, so Valorant. Now, I personally think we're going to stay away from FPS for TFL events because it's Fight League. But, you know, Liam, I mean, if you enjoy watching first-person shooters, come on by the Liam on Now stream anytime because that is his bread and butter.
There's been calls for Mortal Kombat. There's been calls for Street Fighter, so we can expect to see those appear.
Yeah, we've got loads
throughout the year.
I would like to see it a competitive league and not just a fighting, like only beat 'em ups. I would like to see some action against each other. So you are fighting one on one or 2-on-2 or group on group, but I would personally like to see it not be exclusive to be.
Fair enough. Well, look, obviously you guys are the fans. We take what you're saying into account, and we'll go back to the. I think we're going to have it's Bank Holiday Monday. We're going to have a meeting on Tuesday, so we'll discuss further about the following TFL events. And like I say, if you want to hear news about what games are coming up, and if we're going to do any Team Ones and FPS, do follow Liam on Now on all social platforms. That's Instagram, Twitter, and here on Twitch.
I like that we've only done one event and we're already getting bank holidays off.
Yeah.
There's no way we're meeting tomorrow or Monday.
Super Mario 64 16-star speed run. I'm well up for that. I'm also up for Nuzlocke Pokemon Challenge, Liam versus Paddy.
Right.
Why are you choking that one?
Right. Let's go. Paddy, any final messages to the 20 plus people who've been watching all night, to Liam and to anybody else?
Big thank you to all the people who've been watching tonight and staying for the whole evening as well. 20 average views for the whole night has been incredible turnout for the first event. And we can't thank you enough for spending your evening with us and watching us play these games. It really does mean a lot, so thank you very much.
So
Paddy?
Yeah, I've not had chance to, because I've been off comms, I've not had chance to listen to this back, but I'm very sure I've heard the feedback I hear is you two have absolutely smashed the shoutcasting. So thank you for that.
I've had my headset on because my sound's only coming through my headset, so I've had to have Discord as well. And them two have been quality all night.
Yeah, so I've just been on. I've not had my PlayStation sound. I've not had the commentary, but I will watch this back.
Yeah.
But yeah, the feedback is good. Again, Anna on tech is just an absolute angel.
Shout out Steve and Mike on the desk. Shout out Anna.
Well, it's my turn. You get yours. So let me.
All right, go.
Anna,
Fight. Do another 8.
We're going reverse.
It's so sad because the only thing I had left to say was to you, Liam. So, but you interrupted me.
Go on, spit your lyrics.
All right, okay. Honestly, like, no trolling, no joking, but you're welcome for the electrifying stream, mate.
Jesus Christ.
20 viewers is
Jesus
seriously.
Christ.
So you're welcome for me.
Thanks, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Paddy, any final messages to your coach? I know you actually took a coach on for today's fights.
Now, it was genuinely indispensable. Now, I know I threw a bit of shade of him at half time, but couldn't have wanted anyone better in my corner. The boy was on it. He was giving me invaluable advice. I was listening to it. He was telling me what to do and when to do it. Genuinely, I wouldn't have done as well if it wasn't for him. 100%.
Liam.
Yes.
Liam, final thoughts.
Yeah, I think it was awesome. What a great event. And Paddy, thank you to you for showing up.
I was always going to show up, man.
Yeah, you did good. You did good. I respect it. I respect it. Mike and Steve, you smashed it on the desk. Anna in the van on tech. Shout out Anna. Anna in the van, carrying the chat. There she is. And everyone that stopped by. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it. Honestly, it's difficult when streams going off and you can't talk to your own chat. But I hope you all enjoyed it.
Stream know me. We had a good time in the chat.
Yeah, you had a good time.
Engaging with them. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you again. Last time we can't ask enough. If you do, please follow Liam on. If you don't already, follow Liam on Now on all social.
Use those Twitch subs. Sub to the boy.
And sub.
All right, I'm going to leave it.
Do subs. Thank you very much.
Take it easy, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Bye bye.